Thundergrunt.
Welcome. Voice activation required.
4. Access denied.
Thor, God of Thunder.
Access denied. Son of Odin.
Access denied.
Strongest Avenger. Access denied.
Strongest Avenger.
Access denied. Damn you, Stark. Point Break.
Welcome. Point Break.
Ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the second of the monk said, "I'll take two," and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, "Where's my whisk?" we'll include this bonus disc.
Hey, welcome to Bonus Disc. I'm one of your hosts, Bob Rose, and with me is another host, Matt PA.
Hello, I was drinking water.
And with us today is Phil Docolo.
Hi, I'm also drinking water.
Yeah, you're drinking water. Phil, it's your first time ever doing Bonus Disc, and I want to apologize about that because it's been 5 years, almost 6.
What? I didn't realize
I
that.
think you asked me like 2 years ago, so I can't
you
remember.
know,
It's been a long time.
I mean, I like movies. I'm fun to watch movies with.
I watch movies with you all the time. we just haven't been on Bonus
Yeah,
Disc.
we're all going to watch Sonic tomorrow. It's going to rule.
We're all going to see Sonic tomorrow. All
Sitting
three of
together.
us. Plus,
The elite Sonic squad.
because we all believed in the original design.
I would have watched it anyway.
And we're seeing it with former
Some
guest of the
true
show,
haters.
Nick Baldwin, and former guest of the show, Mike TV.
Bunch of haters.
Bunch of haters. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about,
Anyway.
because we watched newly released on Netflix, thankfully, the 2015 Miracle by the Wachowskis, Jupiter Ascending.
Dude, I rarely ever give a shit about seeing something in a theater, and I'm now mad that I did not see this movie
Now-
in a theater.
I told you.
There are moments when I would have lost my
Me
mind.
and former
God
guest of the show, Brad Bukowski, saw this like opening weekend, and we both were like, Matt PA would love this movie.
It's so good.
Well, it's probably a good thing that you didn't have me on for 5 years because this movie was perfect and needed to be the movie that I saw.
Yes.
And if it came out 5 years ago, we wouldn't have seen it. But
No.
it was amazing now, 5 years
Oh my
later.
God.
Right. I think it came out before Bonus This started, I think.
Uh,
Whatever.
Sure.
But before we start, we're talking about this Wachowski thing.
oh, boy.
Who, like, it's weird talking about this too when they're starting on a Matrix 4. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This was like them exiting Hollywood. And so now we've actually waited long enough that they're coming
You
back.
say that, man.
I don't know.
This movie
That was a theory.
awesome.
That was a theory.
It's a great
So this movie cost from somewhere between estimated $176 million to $200 million. $200 million, not including marketing.
It looked awesome.
I'm just saying,
What?
not including marketing. So
What?
it could have cost the studio anywhere towards $300 million to like market this globally and everything.
It deserved it.
Its global take was $183 million.
Oh.
So this lost a lot of money for the studio. It was a complete fucking
It's a
disaster.
shame.
Box
I
office.
don't understand how it wasn't super popular.
I don't know, man.
overseas
Box
And made
office
shit tons
is-
of money. It looked awesome.
Yeah, you'd think China would
As
grab
fuck,
it, right?
Dragging people.
If China would love
that's it.
Warcraft, why wouldn't they love
Yes. Dude, God damn it.
this? Warcraft
This movie's awesome. I don't understand why
This
everybody doesn't
movie,
love it.
this
Everyone
movie
should love
did
it.
have a bigger budget than Thor Ragnarok. It only
I
had
honestly-
was.
180 million.
I mean,
and
it has about a bigger budget than a lot of MCU
it's
movies.
huge. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was.
Even when this movie slows down, I'm not bored because it's insane, and you're just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
It
It's so
is-
good.
Because it's like we're gonna start soon.
Yeah.
But it's almost like one of the bad movies we kind of usually watch, but with a insanely like elaborate budget. You know what I mean?
which makes it perfect.
I know, yeah,
It's
right.
So,
right.
but
That's why it's
that's
great.
What I'm saying though, it's like,
it's a B movie with like $200 million.
but a lot of A
Which
movies
is
are
the thing
just
that I
B movie
love.
plots
Yeah.
with A
Yeah.
movie budgets, which is what this is, which is fine.
kind of
It's
what
a
Star
great
Wars
movie.
is. Star Wars is a B movie. That's what.
It's great.
Yeah.
This is great. Everyone should have loved it. Normal people should have been like, "This is great. Why is that guy flying? I love it."
You gotta admit it's pretty confusing.
It's confusing, but who gives a
skating.
shit? It's so cool. Sorry. We can
I
start
guess
talking
I
I
loved it.
I think it's great, but maybe not the way
about it.
you're
This side
saying
of the
it.
table is.
Fine, I think it's great. I
I
don't.
understand, but you don't think it's good enough.
I don't think. I think it's good enough. No, I don't think it's good enough.
Your opinion isn't high enough for me, Bob. Should be higher. This movie's great.
It's okay. It's good. I
don't
wanted
know,
you to
man.
see it for
Channing
5
Tatum.
years.
Well, thanks. It
But
happened.
mainly because of Eddie Redmayne, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
that
let's-
was the reason.
I mean, he's one of the
Oscar-worthy
he's the first
performance.
thing, right? So
No,
we can jump right in.
He's not the first thing.
Well, he's
The-
like close to it.
the first thing is it's the shot of
Oh,
the
yeah.
stars, and then like
All right, well, we're off to a good start.
Mila
yeah,
Kunis.
Mila
is-
Kunis is
Yeah,
narrating
all right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
who
yeah.
what her life is.
Back to the beginning. Oh, you mean the
She's
beginning?
talking about her
Oh, the
mother and
beginning, yeah.
her dad and her mom
we
and
go
dad
scene by
meeting.
scene, sir.
yeah, no, I know.
It's hard. yeah,
So she's talking about how her mother and father meet, and we watch that happen. and
she's
he's-
Russian
She's a Russian like
immigrant.
scientist or
Or no,
something.
oh yeah, her father's
Scientist.
a Russian astrologer
And he's an astrologer,
who has his own telescope.
and he's
He's an astronomer.
Astronomer.
But
Sorry.
Don't be confused because if you think that this is an astronomy-based movie, no, it
It's
is
an
also
Astrology
astrology.
based.
It's
sort
uh,
of.
Jupiter is. Oh man, there's a whole.
It's
thing
really a
explaining-
genetics movie. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. It's all about genetics.
All right,
This
well,
is
yeah,
like Gattaca
ultimately,
2.
Yeah.
But the yeah.
Gattaca 2, $200 million. Gattaca 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So she's talking about how her father was an astronomer.
Yeah, he was
Right.
like obsessed with this beautiful like brass telescope.
Right.
And he was looking through it, and they met, and they were like straight DTF because they immediately she was pregnant, and he's like,
Yeah.
"We're gonna name the baby Jupiter," and she's like, "You're out of your fucking mind." And he's like,
No, because
I'm gonna
Jupiter's the
woo
queen
you.
of planets.
I'm gonna woo you, and
I'm
then
gonna woo you, but then
a
I guess
random
'cause-
smash and
Well,
grab.
wait. He's
like,
he's buttering up her pregnant
Oh,
belly.
yeah,
Remember?
he's
Yeah.
rubbing jelly on
jelly,
her.
petroleum jelly.
It's- It's to keep stretch marks.
Yeah, he's jellying
it was,
up her
it was
belly.
a weird
He's
scene,
lotioning
a
her
little
up,
bit,
man.
He's
but
lotioning her
it
up.
was fine.
And he
It was
says
intimate.
Jupiter's the queen of planets.
Yeah,
And that's why
it
we're naming
was
her Jupiter.
Just like every other line of very like
she's the queen
high
of our
exposition.
world. and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the queen of our world.
had to explain a lot.
And then-
with each line.
Then a bunch of thugs, Russian,
Dude, I wish
Just
the movie just said one
jackbooted
line.
Russian thugs,
Boom.
barge in, shoot the father in the stomach, and apparently
Well, they
Well,
try
they
to take
throw
the,
him to the ground. They take the money and
They
then
take the
they
telescope.
take the telescope.
No, not my precious telescope. Bam!
Yeah.
Shoot
Right
him in
in
the
the
chest.
Gone, and then
dead.
so
And then so this woman who had a husband with a baby on the way
Oh my god.
was a scientist. He was an astronomer.
yeah,
kind of.
He died. The next thing we see is her giving birth inside of a shipping container on the
Yes.
way to
Oh,
America.
Wait, the very first
You're
line.
like, what happened to her life in between?
yeah.
that?
She wouldn't lose her house because her husband died, right?
Right? just don't understand why she all of a sudden
She's
was
not
like,
getting
I
that
gotta-
hot
I gotta
fucking
move.
astronomer money anymore. It's not pouring in like it used to.
Yeah, I got to go to America. And
I got to go to in a
toilets.
shipping container to America. She gives birth
It's
to Mila
insane.
Kunis in a shipping container.
Yeah, her life was destroyed.
under the
Right.
sign of Jupiter.
And then
and the first line was Mila Kunis also saying she was an illegal alien.
She
So,
goes, I'm
very
she's
clever.
Like, yeah,
I'm an alien. I'm
An illegal
an
one.
illegal
technically
one.
speaking, though, in the context of this movie, she's not really an alien.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
No, she's
like,
not.
the baseline for an alien
She's
is
a Earth.
what
She's
yeah,
a
it
human
doesn't
being.
matter.
whoa,
It does,
yeah,
dude.
she's
Yeah, right.
she's but she's so much more.
So then we're introduced to her life, which is she's
It cuts to her cleaning a toilet, and
she's
she
cleaning
goes,
the toilet. Yeah,
"Too bad astrology's bullshit."
astrology is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, she does
And then
the
title screen. I thought that was
I don't
kind of
know
awesome.
any-
Wait, she
anything.
didn't know what her dad did. Her
yeah.
whole life is like honoring him, and she
But I
doesn't
was
know.
born in Jupiter ascending,
At
rising
23
Leo at
degrees.
23 degrees,
Right.
down bubble.
Right. Down bubble. Right. So yeah, she basically shows her life, right? Like her and her Russian like fam.
Well, the title of the thing is like space. right?
The title?
It's
Because after she says astrology's
it
bullshit,
like
it's
goes up. Yeah.
space bullshit. We're looking at like
Oh.
planets,
And then it says
stuff.
Jupiter ascending.
Jupiter ascending.
Ba-na-na.
Does it go right back to the
And I think
Transition.
we might go to Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's space stuff, isn't there?
I think there's Eddie
before
Redmayne.
the family happens again.
Supreme.
No. It
villain.
goes to the Naboo planet,
Oh, yeah.
and it shows the three children.
The siblings.
Yes.
The old young woman, the hot orgy man.
Eddie Redmayne's not there
Or-
yet.
yeah, it's the hot
sexy
orgy man.
dude.
Yeah,
hot
I'm gonna call him
just
orgy
the two of
man.
them. Orgy man.
He's orgy man and old.
His name is Titus.
and
He's
old
orgy
young
man.
lady.
That's his name.
He's orgy man, and she's young old lady.
Young old
she's
lady.
old young lady.
Old young lady and orgy man. All right,
Orgy
fair
man.
enough. The two.
And they're talking about bullshit. They're talking
They're
about
talking about like trading planets.
yes.
because
Well, the brother and sister are talking about kind of horseshit at first, and then Eddie Redmayne like teleports in.
And
just-
holograms in.
he
or-
pixelates. He
Yeah,
pixelates.
I don't know what
in.
it is.
I thought he was he a hologram or was he pixelating there?
I don't know.
No one,
Their technology
no one touches
is
him, so
it is one
Maybe he
of
was a hologram.
400 technological elements that we were introduced to. So they kind of glossed over it.
the amount of shit
Dude, I love
that is
this
thrown at the
movie.
screen. Exposition is unbelievable. The amount of it. It's
Every scene starts with people already launching an exposition. It's so good. You're just like, wait, I need a breather.
This
No,
movie
it's more. Oh shit.
if your fetish is people explaining things to Mila Kunis, you will come like 19 times during this movie.
But she's got to have that I don't quite get this
Yeah.
expression in a lot
She's
of it.
wide-eyed the whole time, like what?
Whoa.
What is he? What is that?
She barely raises her
I mean, that
voice.
is kind of
Yeah.
what the character is
Yeah.
about. It's
She's
kind of
completely just doesn't know what's happening. Anyway, so
So they're talking about trading planets.
Orgy and the old young woman.
Orgy guy is like, man, I was reading some of Mom's stuff, and she kept talking about this Earth. It sounds lovely. I'd love to trade you for it. And Eddie Redmayne is the creepiest creep that ever creeped.
he's like salad fingers.
Academy Award winner Eddie Redmayne.
Dude,
Oh.
he whispers in this like gross. It is like sick. It's awesome.
like this.
I don't know why
It's
I talk
kind
so
of.
quietly.
I would love to have Earth and its goo.
Surely
goo.
you're mistaken, for Earth is
So-
worth more than all of your planets
Combined. Because
But Orgy
Earth,
Man's
so
just
they
like,
established
I didn't realize.
Earth-
Oops. Sorry.
we
Dude,
established
Orgy
that
Man-
Earth is a precious resource for some reason we don't
For some
know yet.
reason.
It's
And
worth
all
more than
three
all the other
children
planets.
of the mother want it.
Yes.
We don't really know what
That's
the
it.
mother
Boom.
is.
We got
Yes.
ourselves the
Yeah. But
they
beginning of like a
decided-
Shakespearean
Space
like
Mother-
tragedy. Like it's ready. This space drama is about to unfold.
Explode, yes.
And we again already seen a bunch of ridiculous technological sci-fi
Right.
things.
With that,
Well, they also established that their mother's dead, and they're talking about the estate that they've all divvied up.
Yes.
And they're,
Yes.
like talking about just trading stuff in between.
So now the whole thing's just about who gets what planet.
yeah. Well,
Then
it's
I
all
think-
been decided,
Smash
but they're
cut to-
trying.
I
to
think then we
trade.
cut to the hunters. What are they? Because it's remember the anime woman sitting on top of
Yes.
the building.
Wait, I still don't know who they worked for.
No, I don't either. I'm really confused on that point.
Were they
It's
for one
it's
of the
anime
siblings?
woman, the black guy with the head thing.
and the
Dude,
like
yeah.
metallic
Dude,
goatee. was
yeah.
fucking
and
awesome.
the telescope eye
One-eyed
guy.
telescope.
And they're
Kano.
like they
We
like
had Space Kano.
Space Kano, anime girl, and head guy.
Yeah, they look like anime.
There are so many
characters. Straight
space
up.
versions of so
This
many
movie
existing
should
characters.
be an anime.
It really should.
It really shouldn't have been
It
live
looked like
action.
it was
at all.
definitely adapted from a manga.
Yeah,
I think this was the point when I asked if it was made from something.
it says that they are the only
yeah.
writers. It would say like
That's
inspired
awesome.
by or something, right?
Yeah.
it's awesome.
So
Like
they-
these dudes are straight out of like a manga.
They are.
from the 90s.
and it's
anime.
that makes sense
It's
because
so
the Wachowskis, number one, obviously love anime. Everything
Yeah.
they've done has been
Yeah.
anime inspired. So, I mean, they made a Speed Racer movie.
That movie rules.
Which
by
is
the
great.
way.
Yes,
Christ
it is.
alive, is that movie
Might
good.
actually be my favorite movie they've made.
What?
It's
I haven't
so
even seen
good.
it.
How
Dude,
have you not seen it?
There's
Watch
a bunch of
Steve
movies.
Phil doesn't like car movies. I
What?
think
That's
that
not true,
he,
man.
he hasn't seen a Fast and the Furious movie.
I've seen some of them.
Not enough.
Watch more car
Well,
movies.
look, man.
You would love Speed Racer. Anyway, this
Speed
is not a
Racer
Speed
rules.
Racer
Okay.
podcast.
Yet.
What I was gonna say was these characters are like in the city on Earth, Chicago,
Yes.
and they kind of introduce us to another character by talking about him, which is Kane.
Yeah,
Right?
This dude like walking down the street.
Channing Tatum.
I thought
right.
it was Eddie Redmayne's character at first, but
No,
What?
no. They're
I was like, I don't know
because they're talking about how
They're
he's like a
targeting-
great
Well,
soldier.
no, when they first show him walking down the hall,
Oh,
they
yeah,
show him
yeah,
walking
yeah.
down the street before they start talking.
no,
about
it's
him.
another
Yeah,
character. Does
yeah.
not.
Oh wow, this is detail by detail. Yeah, he's
Yeah, well, no, it'll speed up as the action starts because you don't talk through action.
all right. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
this is important
beat-
setup.
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
beat
Because
by
otherwise,
beat.
you would just be thrown into the middle of this
I know,
chaos,
yeah.
and it would be ridiculous.
Right.
But no, we'll set it up right.
But you're right.
Right.
Yeah, they talk
Yeah.
about him, and they're like, "There's a hunter. He's a lycantant."
A like intent.
Crossed with human DNA,
Like a renegade. They already established he's like a
I like that
renegade
they-
like intent.
the alien word for lichen adds something, but lichen's still in it.
Yeah.
Lycantant.
Really odd.
What is the
Well,
tant?
he was
People
a,
barely-
human.
The audience barely knows what
he was a
lichens are.
genom-engineered.
Engineering.
But I'm saying, like, the audience watching your movie barely probably knows what lichens are. Like, it's like half the audience might even know what a lichen is,
Oh,
and then you
man.
add something to that word and have
already
aliens
by
say
this
it.
point, if you weren't like
Matt, that's why no
somebody,
one liked it because you had normal people like, what?
Why would they
I'm
care
lost.
when people
Somebody-
don't get
I'm
movies anyway?
Are you serious? Matt just spilled. No, this is momentous. Go get fucking paper towels.
That's exactly what you said was gonna happen.
Matt just spilled a whole cup of water. For anyone listening, it's everywhere.
It's fine.
There's a towel in the back of the bathroom door. For anyone listening, there is a Thunder Grunt rule because of Jimmy George on Writers Blockbusters. He spilled an entire cup of water all over my equipment like 4 months ago, and ever since then I have made a rule that you can't put an open, or you can't put open, like I have something but it has a cap.
Yeah, well, you know.
So yeah, you can't put open stuff on the table, and so I've been having everybody put it on this little table dog food thing, and Matt just spilled it.
knocked it over. It was on the table because I was going like this.
Man, don't do that. Don't drink anything anymore.
You were
Bring
having-
a bottle with
you
a
were
cap.
having-
I gotta hydrate.
That was an Eddie Redmayne style outburst.
Yeah, Matt was doing an impression of Eddie Redmayne in this movie.
just
that's
going from a
amazing.
whisper.
Yeah, you just peek the mics. It's fine. No, this is great. I think this is great because I feel vindicated somewhat.
Damn it!
Yeah,
You can't be vindicated. What do I do with this?
just put it on the floor somewhere. and
Man.
we'll take care of it after.
Well,
Where?
Oh boy.
You want to get more water?
No, I'm not allowed to have any.
it's okay.
I don't think Jimmy George listens to bonus this, but if he
Oh,
does,
man.
Jimmy, see.
All right. Well,
You
anyway.
did this to me, Jimmy. If I had a cup on the table, I never would have did it. I almost knocked it over again. It's empty.
If you knocked
I'm putting it
Phil's,
over
if you knocked it over again, doing a demonstration of how you almost knocked it over,
Oh fuck!
it's so good.
Get that over there. I can't. I'm soaking wet.
I guess I got to invest in like everybody gets like a Nalgene bottle. Like you fill your
Oh, man.
sippy cup.
Well,
God damn it!
Where the fuck were we?
Give me like the hamster bottle hangs from the ceiling.
You just have a tube go into your mouth.
all right.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is still very clear.
It's very clear.
that we're introducing
Kane. Kane is introduced. It's
Channing shirtless.
Guess what? He
Channing-
smells the past.
yeah, because he sniffs.
He just
Yeah,
sniffs a
what
book.
the fuck does that
was
mean, though?
he. You know, they was kind of implied in the lycantant senses that one of those things is just the ability to smell something and see what
I
happens.
assume like you ever seen Wolf? He has all like the Jack Nicholson wolf abilities because he's a
Okay.
wolf man.
I don't remember his powers from Wolf.
He's heightened senses basically.
Okay.
He can
Yeah.
sniff everything.
But he can't see the past from smells.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Regardless,
he never does it again.
it's only one of his. Yeah, it
They
doesn't
never
matter.
do that
they
again,
just move
show
on.
the little
they, give him,
flash.
they give him
Oh.
cooler things.
His
to talk
lichen
about.
He
half.
does get much cooler things.
The only time his lichen half comes into play is how he looks and his
Yeah.
sniffing in the scene.
Yeah.
He sniffs something to figure out where she is.
Well, and his lipstick penis.
Well, yeah.
It's very
Which
thoroughly
we don't get
discussed.
to see, but we know is
It's
there.
implied. It's heavily,
Heavily
implied.
implied.
We know it's there. Yeah. So it's him because he sniffs his way to the house. That
No, he
Right?
sniffs. He sniffs the paper that has Kathleen
Dunleavy,
Dunleavy. Catherine Dunleavy.
who is
Yeah.
the person that Mila Kunis, Jupiter,
Is
works
pretending-
for and pretends to
Yeah.
be sometimes.
Jupiter Jones. That's her
Yeah,
name.
Jupiter Jones is the real
Right.
McCoy.
So
Right.
he's sniffing it, and then the bounty hunters are like, "That's our fucking mark. We gotta kill this dude."
Boom.
And they
Fight.
start
Do we
swarming it, and he like senses
Turns out
it.
he got gravity boots.
He turns on his gravity boots. He's got a fucking awesome arm.
Also, they're hiding
cybernetic
the
forearm
movie is
shield.
hiding his visage a little bit here for some reason.
Yeah, they
Where
keep
don't
hiding when he
quite.
fully
Yeah,
looks.
spoiler.
Yeah,
he is a wolf, but we don't know it.
we don't
yet.
know it yet. Yeah.
He's just a
so
badass.
I
I
wolf.
feel like
like-
after he kind of skis away,
He
Gravity
just like bursts out.
rollerblades.
They shoot out.
they
There's like
shoot out a little bit,
Invisible bike ladies
Boom.
blast, and
And
it's
they're gone.
awesome as
and then
fuck.
we cut
mean,
back
yeah.
to the family.
Skipping over like the coolest stuff in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. That was good.
Well,
I'm just
He
saying
skates away.
he
but
skates away on
little
his gravel
damage
boots.
is done to the environment or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a
We'll
contained.
find
little,
out.
Like,
We'll find out
it's
why
an
that's.
escape.
We'll find out why that doesn't matter
Boom.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we cut back to the Russian household now.
Yeah, now there's the
It's
montage
Russian-
of them working.
Them working.
Yeah, and then be
This
like,
is
we
the
gotta do
Catherine-
another house. Come
yeah.
on,
Oh.
come on.
Mila
Jupiter.
Kunis cleans toilets.
But she does everything slow because she like fucks around in people's
Yeah.
houses, like
because she keeps thinking
She's
about her space
fantasizing.
jeans.
Yeah.
I want to be in space so bad I can't clean this toilet.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And then
Astrology, man.
does it go to them having dinner?
Yeah.
Yes, this is
the
where we meet
Russian
the whole
family who is
That
you know,
that
because
adopted
they're
her?
yeah. Well, no,
I guess
I
it's
think
like
mom's
they
there.
came
No, her
to
mom's
live.
there.
They came to live
it
with
is
them
their family,
From Russia,
but they're
yeah.
It's their
undocumented
cousin.
because they came in on a shipping container,
Yeah,
so
right.
they are kind of at the whim of the like
Cousin,
legal
whatever.
Let me ask you this.
resident, which
How
is
old-
cousin Vasily.
How old is Mila Kunis in this movie? Not how old is she in real life.
She's got to be like 18.
20.
I mean, she looks fucking 30, but
Yeah.
I-
I'm assuming
yeah.
she's supposed to be like. She's not on her own yet, but looking for a dude.
But I'm saying,
so,
you're-
like, somewhere between.
I'm just
18
saying,
and
it's like
21.
Yeah,
how long
20
has it
yeah.
been? You know what I mean? Since the
She like would have been married off within the
Yeah.
next year, but no, that was a thing too. She was only on because they were like, you should be married by now.
Yeah.
So yeah, she
the,
probably like 20.
patriarch of the household is an
20 at
asshole,
least.
is Russian asshole who's like is a misogynist who doesn't want right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he gives her the shit for not being married, and then
Boom.
Because she asks for an advance, and he's like, "What's it for? Pants or some shit?"
yeah.
And that's when she goes to her room.
I know it's not my it's not my place to ask, but what are you doing?
What are
with
you
that?
doing that?
It's
Then
but
what
she wants it for a
happens?
telescope,
Yeah.
and then
She's trying to
her
buy
other
$4,000 telescope.
cousin-
That
How
looks
how can you-
similar to the father one, the one her
Yeah.
father used to
Stolen
have.
it.
Yeah.
What is that? What happens next though? What's the
The
Ooh.
cousin guy comes in, convinces her to sell,
Sell her
her
eggs.
Yep.
for money.
This is a
Right.
different
And it'll
cousin.
be
This
enough
is
money
this is
for her
the
to get
other
the thing
cousin.
and whatever
Like-
he wants.
If you really
Whatever
put
he
this
wants
under
to
the
do.
microscope and you think it's the Wachowski, so there's lots of themes going on here. It's obvious, like her selling her eggs
Oh.
is a theme that's like resonating with what's happening in space. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause
already.
it's her gene.
The
She's
parallels
selling
are,
her jeans
are
to
obvious.
make money because it's profitable.
Yeah.
It is
I'm saying
it
it's
is one
good,
of the-
Matt.
yeah.
movie's
I'm saying it's good. It's genius.
It takes every opportunity, yeah,
It's
to
a theme-
drive
it's a-
home its points.
It's an echoing
beautiful.
theme. There, she's selling her jeans. It's profitable.
Boom.
Anyway,
Worked right in.
Dude, all the subtext is wonderful.
fucking,
Everything-
it's just like Shakespeare. Anyway,
this is fantastic.
Yeah.
It should be studied. Oscars should be retroactively given out to people.
Who are involved?
well, when
in
Eddie
Jupiter Ascending.
when Eddie Redmayne won,
Rising.
that it was for this. We can all just
Yeah.
say that it was for.
We
this.
all know it was for this, not that Stephen Hawking.
Not that Stephen Hawking movie.
Fucking garbage.
I didn't even know it existed.
That's why it's trash.
Before the wheelchair.
Nothing compared to Jupiter Ascending.
Anyway, what happens now?
Oh shit!
Dude,
All
the
right.
family.
So
He convinces her to sell
Sell
eggs.
her
She's like,
eggs.
"Fucking, let's do this shit."
right.
Then
cut to
it's
Eddie Redmayne
space.
and Mr.
Dragon
Whisper.
people.
Oh, dragon people! Guess what? We're introduced to like 6 new races of space beings.
Oh my God, so
who all
awesome.
are
It's the
like
rat-
Porcupine head guy,
Rat,
the
Al-
rat head guy,
a dragon
the owl
man.
head guy.
Dragon Man.
Yeah.
Fuck, this movie's awesome.
Okay, so all
It's
these,
so awesome.
and you know,
It's like a never-ending story movie almost, like with all these
Oh,
different
yeah,
races
They
and
like
stuff.
Flash
they
Gordon
keep
to me,
adding
you know?
things
It's
like
so
that.
cool.
Anyway, yeah. It was amazing, and
But yeah, they tell
What
are they
happens in
saying
that
to
scene,
Eddie
though?
Redmayne? Is
That's
that-
when they're
That's
because the
when he's
Rat
like,
Man.
"We
What's the Rat
found
Man?
her."
The Rat Man
Mr.
is
Whisper,
Mr. Whisper
and he's like,
is updating
"We
him.
found her on the planet Earth."
Her name is Catherine Dunleavy.
Yeah, and
like,
he's
why
like,
is
"Well,
it-
get her and kill her,
And send shadows.
bring-
We're sending shadows.
Yes, send the shadows,
Which is
and
another
kill-
race of things.
Yeah, but
that-
they're explained a little bit more.
I know, but
A
it's
little
just
bit.
like it's not like don't send anybody that's in, like
they're
in a
kind of
movie.
like Thanos'
and then you don't, like,
Outriders.
You would see the person.
No, I'm saying you
No,
would see
like,
Eddie
say
Redmayne
that-
go like shadows, you're up or something.
Yeah.
And they would go, but we didn't get that.
Yeah, no,
we just go to Catherine Dunleavy's room. She's changing for a
a
date,
date.
and then Mila Kunis comes in and she's like
They're
asking
talking.
her
just
opinion on a
hanging out,
dress.
talking about dresses, when
Right.
all of a sudden the shadows strike.
Right.
They just look like the Greys.
Yeah,
basically,
but they
they're
got like
creepy
forearms and
crawlies.
they like shadow
They're
disappear.
very.
Cool.
There's
They're
a really cool through line in this movie that I didn't notice the first time I saw it. I'm the only one who's seen this movie before, and I think I understood it less than you guys. But
Dude, it
do,
was.
do you notice
it
like
made so
they
much
went
sense to me.
so much trouble to try to this movie was trying to explain all alien sightings and everything.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like
they
crop
justified.
circles, the Greys, everything. Like they were really trying to explain with a movie
They dropped
why
a
all
lot
that
of-
would happen.
Yeah, but without like making it
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's really nuts.
a
Yeah.
topic or a focal point or anything. It's just like something they drop.
Right. So the Greys come in and they knock Catherine out and start to they put those things
bandy things on her
that
to
makes people
levitate her.
levitate.
And then they
And then
put this
Mila
thing in
Kunis
her
hides
head.
in a.
Well, they
yeah,
put the thing in her head and
head
it goes red, and they like look at
Oh,
each other.
turns out
and then
it's not
she
her.
takes a photo,
because her genes don't match. Right.
but she takes a photo, but her mom.
she
calls.
being
Mila Kunis
yeah.
takes a photo, but her mom calls, and the aliens rush her, and then all of a sudden
It's like a
they
flash
both
of
just
light.
Wake up.
We're all not really clear on what happened there, but
They
it's,
men in
it's
black them.
They Men in
blinked. They
Which
blinked
is,
them.
I mean,
they called it
like you
blinking,
just
right?
explain. They basically
They-
explain aliens.
they
throughout
explain
this film.
aliens and how
And
it's
yeah,
happened.
because it
The
left
blinking.
like that evidence on her phone, which she
Right,
finds
right,
out
right.
later. But yeah,
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's kind of
it's-
they're good at that. Like the Matrix explains like deja vu and why shit is weird and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what they're interested in, that kind of
It's
shit.
cool.
it was
Makes
great. It
sense.
was really
This
interesting.
movie rules.
Yeah.
I don't
It-
understand
it
what
exists-
part of that.
This
you
is-
don't
how much
understand.
Matt loves this
This
movie.
is the
So
universe.
It was fun the whole time. It was so awesome looking.
This
God
is the
damn it.
sci-fi universe that I already like believe in. So it was.
I knew you would love it because it throws constant shit at the wall.
Oh,
It's like
it was so on point most of the time.
it's like
Yeah, it was great.
it's like here's space shit, more of it, more.
Oh, you like that?
Eat it.
Well,
Anyway, back on track.
So Eddie Redmayne's like send the shadows. They grab her. She wakes up and they're like, "What is that about?" They make faces. They don't say anything.
yeah.
they don't say anything.
Boom, get out
Uh,
of there.
Then
Then
it's her.
It's
she
the,
goes
the
to
egg
the
clinic.
Yeah, she goes to the,
The egg clinic, and it's really abrupt. It feels abrupt. Like she's just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
yeah. And then
And the
she
brother or the cousin's like, all right, let's go. Yeah, all right, you know,
go.
you'll get 5,000, I'll get 10,000. It's fine.
yeah, and he says because it's a finder's
You
fee
know,
or
so,
whatever.
yeah.
Or what-
She's going to sell her
Capitalism.
eggs.
He says it's capitalism.
She's gonna sell her eggs for $15,000, and he gets 10. That's insane.
It's bullshit. She should have just did it and not told him. That's what I said.
Like you
but-
said, why do
but-
we need you?
But
Yeah,
she
why
still,
did-
because she still uses the fake name anyway. So it's like she could have
Oh
just
yeah,
done
it was
on
some
her
legal.
own.
It was
Yeah,
some
she
legal.
No,
used
she used
Catherine's
Catherine. Yeah.
name.
So anyway,
Well-
so she goes into get the procedure.
They zip her up, and then all of a sudden she's floating.
Turns
she's like,
out it's
WTF.
the shadows again.
Ah, shadows.
They were imposing as,
As
the
abortion
as
doctor.
abortion or
Were
the
they,
egg
like-
doctors.
Were they
or-
like legitimately giving abortions up until just now?
I don't
waiting
know.
for her to get in?
Also, they
Yeah.
can. They can like they have. I guess they have image replicators. Whatever. It
They
doesn't
look
matter.
like people.
Yep.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
They shoot her neck. It turns green. They're like, cool.
she starts
it's her,
freaking
kids.
out.
her.
But
Kill
thankfully,
her. Kill her.
Channing Tatum as the dog boy, man.
Boom. Good thing he
Zooms
smelled
in
that
on
paper
gravity
He
shield.
smelled the
yesterday.
paper. He
Dude.
flies into the room and starts fucking them all up with his gravity boots.
Gravity
Hey,
rollerblades. Let's
gravity
call them
boots.
Not, 'cause they don't.
Yeah,
they don't
let's
work
really
like
talk
walking.
about it, yeah.
The
No, he
mechanic
skates.
of
He
his
skates.
like omnidirectional movement is
Yeah.
like a
Rollerblader.
weird, slow. Yeah,
And he grinds too.
yeah. He grinds. He does.
Soaps.
Well,
they're
sure, I guess.
rollerblades.
I know nobody
They're
knows what
space
soaping
blades.
is
They're
anymore.
gravity blades. Yeah, they do. Anybody listening to this knows what soaps are. The greatest shoe of all time.
I know. I only know because of Matt. I know because of Matt.
Extreme.
Because Matt
walking,
used to
dude.
soap.
It's
Because of
extreme.
Sonic. Because of Sonic. Remember?
Because
Because
of
Sonic
Sonic.
Adventure.
That's what
It's
I.
all
yeah,
full circle.
Absolutely.
Full circle. If he doesn't soap in this movie tomorrow, I'm gonna be angry.
You know he's gonna.
He's got to soap.
It's like a thing that's in new Sonic things. Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, so Channing Tatum
Channing
soaps
Tatum
in.
soaps in.
Fucks everything up.
Uses his
Coolest
cool
soaper of
shield
all
again.
time.
Uses his grab.
Yeah, he has like a gravity shield.
Boom. Or something.
or-
Yeah, he's blasting.
It's
Is
one of
he
those
blasting?
shields that just like it's like Naboo again.
Yeah.
It's a Naboo shield. Remember how they just go? bloop?
But they tried to kill
Yeah.
her with anesthesia, so she passes out
She
anyway.
passes out and he grabs
He
her.
wakes up clothed with a gun next to her and picks it up.
They're in a warehouse
In
or
a
something.
And then
warehouse.
this was a great part where he's like, "I hope the gun helps you feel safer."
This is one
Yeah.
of many exposition scenes.
Yeah, where he's like, "There's protocols for this. You guys are from Earth, and Earth is a primitive species,
right.
so don't freak out." And it's just like, "What? You're saying you're an alien?"
It must be a dream. Protocol says you
I
say.
love
it
that she's
says
like-
you'd say that.
I love that she's like, "You're an alien." Like it's so weird at this point.
Yeah.
Dude, he has
He
dog
looks like a
ears.
fucking psycho.
he
and
does-
does
he looks
have,
like a
wolf
lycantan.
ears.
Yeah, and she just saw the Greys.
Yeah.
She literally saw stereotypical
So she's got
aliens.
some confirmation of shit
Right.
going on,
Right.
But they blinked her.
but she had that feeling. You know, they
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
they
yeah.
kind
She
of
had
said
that-
that where
yeah.
they like when there's like shit that gets like blinked or
Yeah, Oh, yeah, 'cause
she
repaired.
sees
they're
the
like
photo.
nobody believes.
Yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
sees the photo again before she goes in to
Yeah.
donate the eggs. 'cause
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
She
bored
has
in
like
the-
a last minute
Yeah.
like, "Oh no,
'Cause-
wait, don't do this,
No,
don't do this."
Remember,
It's
Channing
crazy.
Tatum says like you have a phone that you don't remember. You have a picture on your phone you don't remember taking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he explains all that
aliens
stuff
and
about
whatnot.
Earth and
Earth is like a little tiny baby nothing planet,
And a whole
and
bunch of-
they got to get out of there.
right.
But they don't.
And so he's like,
leave
so,
Earth yet.
and I'm no, she. 'cause
No, he
he-
Oh, yeah,
tries
yeah.
to.
Dude,
He's
this
like-
is when he's like, I'll take. Don't worry, we're gonna walk through this window, and we're gonna beam up to the ship.
Oh yeah, we've got the
Yeah, the
his-
whole-
his
this is the-
ship.
this is the
Yeah,
biggest-
okay.
one of the biggest
This is
battle
Oh
scenes.
my god, yeah.
So they have like a almost Superman the movie moment where he carries her
Where
through
it felt like
a
it could have been the
window.
ending of the movie.
Yeah, really.
too. It was-
And they start slowly beaming up to the slowest tractor
Very
beam
slowly.
ever.
Dear
tractor
God.
beam technology did not keep
It
pace
did not.
with space
Could
at
you
travel.
all.
put the gravity boots on and like use them? In
That's
the
not how they
gra-
work. They go only like horizontal motion with slight
Well,
He
steps.
said
No,
going up
yeah.
was hard.
Yeah, but
He didn't say it wasn't impossible.
To go
Yeah,
up,
he
you
knows
have to
what
go-
he's doing.
you have
He
to
gotta
go
get
forward
gravity
and kind of
momentum.
climb as you go. You know what I mean? That's what he's doing.
He's too slow.
It's almost like you're stepping and sliding, stepping and sliding up and down. you
Yeah,
know?
kind of like rollerblades.
Yeah, yeah. You got to step and slide. Anyway, he's holding her like she's Lois Lane while they're fucking going up to the tractor beam, and then through the sky
You thought
comes.
too soon.
Yeah, you thought
bunch
too
of
soon.
spaceships show up.
And yeah, they're spaceships that are manned by Greys.
Yeah.
Blast the fuck out of
But
his
they're kinda
really
like-
cool
they're
like
like-
bird ship.
Yeah.
He had this dope ass ship that looked
Yeah,
like a
dope-ass
golden
ship.
eagle.
It was huge.
It was so
it explodes.
Cool
They both are. She falls out of the sky. He
zooms down,
gravity
and saves
boot-
her.
Oh, gravity booted
now,
up.
now we have ourselves a zero-G space Earth urban
It's basically
chase.
Yeah, it's basically a bunch of
Spider-Man, but
alien drone ships fighting a dog boy with gravity boots through Chicago, destroying everything in their
destroying
path.
Through, like-
everything.
yeah.
And eventually he gets on top
Like
of one of
probably
the ships.
thousands
I think
of
it's
people
funny too. Like while it was happening, you guys were like
losing it over the
Look how much
thousands of
damage
people.
they're
Dude, they're
doing.
murdering
It was
thousands of
it,
people.
it was
They
so
blew up a whole
effective.
L train.
They blew up a
blew
whole
up
L train.
trains, They blew
Yeah.
up buildings. It was insane.
Because the question, I even said like, how? I don't remember. I was like, how are they gonna get away with this?
Yeah.
Is anyone gonna know this
But
happened?
of course, because this movie always delivers, the very next scene, it just
It does,
answers the
yeah.
question
So
that
they
it
get-
knew
well,
you were asking.
hold on,
They
but yeah.
survive. They survive.
Well, hold on. They
it.
steal a ship. Dude, that action sequence is sick. He
It is,
steals that
it is.
ship.
A lot,
Those
yeah.
ships are fucking badass. He kills
I'm not
all the
crazy
other
as
ships.
about the design as you, but yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Out
Alright,
of
well,
the-
the bird.
ah.
Well, this is why it's so cool because the last ship to take it out, he just like cuts it in half with his
Yeah,
ship.
he does.
And cuts both
Also,
ships in
the
half.
design
but
of
they
the
survive
ships
the
is like
fall.
almost like
It's like a
Wall-E with
one-
that like everything's a little bit separated but held by gravity type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It like fans
it doesn't
out.
have
Like
joints. It has
diamond
like
shape,
gravity
like wing
joints
parts
and shit.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's really cool.
Gravity joints. I'll call them
I
that.
thought it was
Gravity
fucking
joints,
awesome.
yeah.
Like
I loved it.
stuff is held together by some kind of
it's
force.
not
Yeah,
connected, but
right.
it forms a shape.
Right.
I think it's awesome.
So
I love them.
I mean,
It
it's a
was
lot of time.
super awesome.
A lot of time went into this $200 million movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
the
It's
design
sick.
is
It's
out of
super
control.
sick.
It is like every.
I love it.
It is the
All their
pinnacle
costumes are
of,
incredible.
I knew Matt would love this movie.
Of
I
all
knew
the-
it. 5 years I've been waiting. Waiting.
It's incredible. It's honestly really, really good. I love every minute of it.
You love movies like this.
Yeah.
You love the Lita too.
Fuck yeah. I love anime. And when people
This was
live
live
action
anime.
It's a live action anime.
Complete insanity. What are you going to complain about? There's nothing
You're right.
to complain about.
It was
in
a
this movie.
very well
They
done
survive
version.
this giant. I mean, the end they survive, and it's them in another exposition scene of them driving in a car together.
Yeah, and he's like, "Look, you're a member of the Abraxas family,
Right.
or Abraxas,
Abraxas.
We're gonna forget
Abraxas
again
family.
as we say, Abraxas family, and I'm caught.
And
we must
your
be caught
DNA
up in their
sequence
shit.
is like the repetition. Or,
They didn't really explain
every-
that yet.
No,
no?
I don't think they
Okay.
explained that yet.
he just explains that. Okay,
Yeah,
he tells her he's
It's
part
like
of
they
the-
want you.
Yeah.
The
he
the
says more
Abraxas
about his
family
No,
wants
backstory.
he
you.
doesn't tell her she's an Abraxas. He tells her that she's in the middle of like
a war.
a war between them, and they don't know what
Yeah.
because neither one of them
He
know
doesn't
what they
know.
want her
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So
This kind of has like a trading
knows he-
places
he's a
vibe where all the
renegade.
rich people are like, yeah, let's do this, let's do
It's
this,
some
and
weird,
there's a
like, cruel
giant war
intentions
happening while
kinda-
they're sitting up on their high, classist horses. You know what I mean?
well, yeah, they treat all life
All
like
life is shit besides
pawns
us.
and
Right.
Yeah.
So that takes them to the bees' house.
Oh,
yeah, it
They
does.
get to a
It
house.
goes right to that's
They-
right.
Yeah, that's what they drive to.
Now,
Oh, no. There's
right?
a scene of he says where they're going. He's like, I'm going to take you to see Stinger. He's the only guy I trust.
His name.
I know,
I forgot that was his
Stinger.
name.
We should have known.
I couldn't
and
remember.
then
Yeah.
and he's like, he explains he's an ex-space cop called the Aegis.
Oh,
I thought it was-
didn't
is that
realize he was a
Aegis?
member.
Or Aegis, whatever.
Aegis.
Aegis.
Yeah,
Aegis.
yeah.
He's an
Aegis is-
ex-space cop, and they're called the Aegis.
They patrol.
And he's gonna go take him there, but there's
Yeah.
a scene in between that, which is Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne watching the footage of her of Eddie Red or of.
You're right. He's watching a replay because we were like, why are we watching this scene again? And then it zooms out and it's Eddie Redmayne in a
Bum, bum,
hologram
bum.
watching the replay. Somebody who was filming
he
the
had
egg removal
connection.
room.
He
Yeah.
had a
Well, those-
genome-engineered connection
Yes.
with the
Graves.
shadows.
Yes, they said
And-
that. They
yeah,
said
and
that.
he
They
could
said
see-
they called the Watchers.
But
and
they
the keep-
explained everything.
Phil, they never bring that back up though. That
doesn't
seems
matter.
very
There's
useful.
no stone unturned. They go to
Exactly.
That
That's one of the
perfect-
hallmarks of
the
this movie
perfect
is
jigsaw puzzle
It's
of
a perfect script.
writing. It
introduce
doesn't have a
something
flaw.
It's perfect.
move on. Introduce something awesome, move on. It gives you more time to introduce more
was
awesome
like-
things.
If only Rise of Skywalker.
Just
did the
you
same
fill in
thing.
the blanks,
Oh,
man. I
oh
filled
my
them in.
God.
Listen up, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, watch
use your Netflix
this.
account for once.
Idiot.
So yeah, he rewatches it to figure out what happened, and he sees Kane, and that's when he's like, "Ugh," and
Well, he sees him and he goes, I gave her that. He's more like, because he says all that weird shit where he's like, I've missed you so much. He's like about to cry.
Yeah, missed
dude,
you so
every
much,
line he
mother.
delivers is
It's-
like,
It's the
incredible.
most
Amazing.
emotional, like
well, it's Eddie Redmayne doing his best internet Nick Cage. It's
Yeah,
either
really much.
Yeah,
whispering
it was like a
or
detached,
screaming. There's
like-
no in between.
yeah.
it's like a person who's about to explode.
it was deranged.
It was awesome, man. I loved it. His performance is incredible.
It's pretty incredible. That was the reason we
he
originally
looks
wanted
like
Matt
Sword.
to see it. Is because of Eddie Redmayne. Me
From-
and Brad were like, Matt
I remember you
needs to
guys
see
going
this.
like, it's just you love him, and I was like, why? And you were
From
like,
the
'cause
first
way-
It's hard. You
lines.
can't just describe. You got to see and understand.
It's amazing. The way he moves when he turns in that one scene.
It looked not
dude.
real. Like
Yeah.
so,
He
at
looks
so many
like a
points.
robot.
Like it was
That one scene where he's wearing like that shirt,
Oh my!
no
oh, yeah,
undershirt,
hell yeah!
overcoat,
Awesome.
and that
The
high
collar.
neck bracelet.
Oh.
The costumes
Beautiful.
in this are sick.
It's like
They're sick. They're
it's like
so
Fifth
good.
Element, but like done so like
that
so
wedding
much
looked
later
pretty
with-
hot.
Oh, it was
The
awesome.
wedding
love
looked
it.
hot. Anyway, so he now knows that Kane's involved, and we learn that he's he's kind of losing his mind talking to his mother, and he has some type of tension with it.
We're waiting. It's so
And he tells the
tense.
dragon guy, he's like, next time there's a fuck up, I'm holding you responsible.
What was the name of the dragon guy?
Mr. Saxix.
It was something like
Saxix?
Salalag.
TSKAK, because we had the subtitles on. It was Sastix or something.
Sastix. Okay, he's the head dragon guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're cool.
Dude, they're
They're fucking awesome. They're
When we finally
dragon.
get to see the guy
They're like
fight, it's sick.
8 foot tall dragon people with wings.
And tails and long ass
This is
prehensile
such an
tails. Dude, this movie's so
It
good.
was amazing.
And they're like involved in normal conversations. It's not.
But it's also like
They're just
Flash
one of-
Gordon,
yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wing people. Oh, we haven't got to that.
God, if they
we're
remake
about to
Flash
get-
Gordon, I'm just gonna say if they remake Flash Gordon, Wachowski should do it.
Please, God, yes.
Please do it.
Love that.
If
After
you know
this, oh my God, yeah. Give him $500
$1
million.
million.
Yeah,
It'll be the greatest
they were
goddamn
not.
thing you ever seen.
Yeah, they were not trying to exit Hollywood. This was their audition for the next.
I only said
level.
that was
This was.
they were group
They were
beyond
auditioning
Hollywood.
for
This
next
was
level.
like when they did
Give
the
us a
very
Marvel
first
movie.
scene from The Matrix and showed it to the producers. They're like, we need like 10,000 times more
money.
And then it came back. Yeah, same thing.
Well, you
Look,
did the
we made
Matrix, I
this.
guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah, what I told these guys before it started, just for context, that there has always been a rumor that the Wachowskis made this movie as a way to give up big budget movie making in Hollywood. There's they've never
They
said
did kind
that.
of blow it, but
Well, I mean, they financially this was an exit, whether they wanted it to be or not. But that's never been said, and it's just the internet rumor that was a long time ago. I read it, so
all right, doesn't make sense to me. 'cause
I was
that's
giving them
fucking
context
awesome.
what we're talking about
All right,
This is
anyway,
a
yeah.
home run.
my bad.
This is a home run.
without flaw.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who saw it. It's perfect. It could have been filmed, put in a canister, and dropped in a volcano. It's still the best movie ever made.
I mean, if no one saw the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, it's still a work of art, right?
Yeah.
Done.
Absolutely.
That's what this is, the Sistine
so
Chapel.
good. So good.
Yeah. So after the Eddie Redmayne scene, we go back to
Now we go
it's
to
a bee
the
house.
bee house. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
a house. It's covered
Mr.
in.
I just like the
Stinger,
introduction
or
is like
Stinger.
it's a farmhouse. Like
No, it's like a normal suburb house. It's all dilapidated.
it's not in
though.
the suburbs though.
No, there were definitely
No,
other
they were-
houses. Like it was in a
No.
neighborhood.
No, that was like in a field, dude.
Yeah, they were in the. They were.
That
out
was not
there.
a suburb.
They were
All
on the
right. Well,
outskirts.
agree to disagree.
That was in
No,
a field.
yeah,
Okay,
it
it
was
doesn't
definitely-
matter. It's
It was
how
not,
could that house exist in
They
a
had to
suburb?
drive
That's what I was
along-
asking the whole time because I guess I thought it was in a
The
suburb.
neighbors
Right,
would
fair
be
enough.
like, "Yo, their house is
I
covered."
thought
in
it was
bees."
fucking
It's
weird.
not just bees. Beehives
Like
are like
beehives,
hanging on
just
every corner of
dripping.
this house.
dripping beehives.
Right.
All right.
And
Anyway,
to
yeah.
be
Sorry, I thought it was weird
bears-
too.
It's weird. It's definitely
It's super
weird.
weird.
This whole scene is weird
It's awesome.
But it
It's
makes
great.
a lot of sense
because they walk up to the house and guess who walks out
they
the
knock
door?
on the door. And, oh, Sean
Fucking
Bean.
Sean Bean.
answers the door and goes, "Oh, word, what's
And
up?"
I'm spoiling it right now. This man lives through the movie.
I can't believe it. It's awesome.
There, that's why it's perfect. It's
It
the one
didn't-
time he lived.
That was the one thing that didn't make sense
It
about this
teased
movie.
you 2 times
that he would
might
die.
and I was like, "Damn, they know what's up."
They knew about the legend of Sean Bean, and they were like, "No, this movie's about breaking all the."
Well, you know,
Breaking
it's like the
all
casting
the
director's
rules.
reading a script and they go, this character, almost dies 2
And
times.
he got a perfect
Sean
opportunity to
Bean.
sacrifice himself because he
didn't.
believes in the other character, and
Weird.
he just lives. He
Oh,
lives.
it was so good.
It's great.
Throw him a curveball.
Right. So
Cash
Sean
Sean
Bean
Bean.
shows up, and also his
Daughter, whatever.
well, him and
they get into a fist fight because he's like, they hate each other.
you
for some
son. It's like a
reason.
you son of a bitch moment. Yeah.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
something to like not be an aegis anymore in response
I-
because of
Kane did
Channing
something.
Tatum.
They
Yeah.
they fought together in the Legion and
Because they're
now
legionnaires.
he
Either
ended
one
up
of them.
taking responsibility for something that Kane did, so he got court-martialed, and then Kane got super court-martialed, which means getting his wings removed because he had wings.
Yes, he used to have
which is
wings.
then
Right.
revealed right now.
Well, they beat
Well,
the
once
shit
they
out
get
of
in
each
the house,
other.
Before
yeah,
they get in the house,
they
though,
fight. Yeah,
It's all- but
While
who's
they're
the,
fighting,
who's the girl
Mila
that lives with
Kunis-
him?
kids
kids or
Kids?
something like that.
Yeah.
Zips.
never addressed again.
No,
No,
she
they
doesn't
talk
matter.
about why he does the thing later, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
all right. He
they
found,
introduce
he
each
found
other, but all of a
life.
sudden, like Mila Kunis is like, "What is up with these bees? They're all over
Ah.
the place." And then,
Man,
and then
yeah.
it's revealed that she can like control
Oh.
the bees.
She got
Basically,
bee powers.
She
got, like,
almost has like
bee
2 wings of
wings.
bees.
Yeah, and every time
And
she
then
flapped her arms,
That's
they
when
would, like,
Sean
move.
Bean says the bees can sense royalty.
Yes, and he's like, "You are the
Your
They start
Majesty.
calling her
They
Your
just-
Majesty from
boom.
now
Fucking
on.
incredible.
Everybody.
The whole movie.
Incredible.
I love
She
this
had
fucking movie.
bees around her.
It's insane.
It made sense.
What do you
It
do?
made
I got
sense.
fired for being a space cop and hang out in this house that I raise bees in, just in case.
Royalty comes around and needs its own self, like it needs to be self-validated. The bees will validate any royalty we need.
Why?
Do you think was
And
that?
my name is Stinger. That's
Oh,
what I
but
just
he's
said.
also a bee. He has like bee zip speed.
Yeah.
In the fight, that was
Yeah, he has
totally
bee
dope.
zip.
Where he was like, whip, whip,
Well,
bow. and,
he
like,
it was
punch
probably
and
implied that he was genom-engineered
Oh, he was
to,
definitely
to be a bee person.
no,
just
he
as-
was. I think. He
Yeah.
had
So I'm
bee in
assuming
him.
those
They
are
talked
his
about it.
eyes.
They just
Yeah.
Sean Bean was just like, I'm not doing any bee stuff on my face.
I don't know.
I'm not sitting through a makeup chair to look like a
don't
bee
put
man.
bee.
You're not bee manning
We just
me.
can we put some
I just-
antenna
I don't care
on?
if you made the Matrix. I'm
I
not.
just want to look like a human.
I'm just a
I
human
get
being.
to live. Can I live as a man?
They're like, well, how about a stinger? No.
yeah, they never show his ass.
Yeah, they don't show that.
It's
You
probably
might have a-
implied, just
Dude,
like
what if
the.
he had two like striped butt cheeks?
Oh,
with a
absolutely.
stick?
Plump
Well, I
ass
think we've
butt
already
cheeks.
established
Thick.
that like these people have the qualities.
Of animals.
Yeah.
yeah. Like all the
They
legionnaires.
talk about. They explain splicing.
So somebody made an army of animal people.
Yeah,
but they were.
We
but it's
did.
like
We did.
It's like
or
fucking.
our people. Oh yeah.
But it's like Mega
Space
Man
humans.
style, where like there were each scientist who spliced people.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I was spliced."
It's
by
on a
this
Dr.
lady.
Monroe. It's
Yeah, he's
in
like, I was
space.
spliced by this
Yeah.
lady, and she was
Oh,
obsessed
yeah.
with bees. He got spliced
Yeah.
by a dog person,
Right.
Or like
They
for
wear
a
them like
program.
badges, these like tattoos. Like
he was
badges.
spliced into
And they
a
all
program
get
where they
wings.
made
I thought
a
that's
bunch of
interesting.
him.
All of them get wings no matter what.
Yeah, he was part of
'Cause
like
the
a
dog
pack.
getting-
The Legion get wings.
Legion wing. I'm saying, like him
'Cause
being
they're
a dog.
angels.
Yeah, they're angels.
It's
That's
it's
how
got some
angels are.
I
Bob.
know.
heavy,
Why? That's why
heavy
people see
Christian
angels.
overtones.
It's the movie is awesome as hell. It's almost like a
Right.
like a creation myth for the
It
universe.
is.
So-
It's
Well, I mean,
epic.
it isn't almost.
No,
it is.
It's super epic.
It's
Phil
yeah.
pointed out. I think you said it was like Prometheus before Prometheus.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Because
it's
Prometheus was a
but
sci-fi
that's
movie
like a common
explaining
trope
where we
throughout
came
these
from.
things. Is like,
Yeah.
humans were seeded
Or
from
Mission to Mars. Remember
Yeah.
Mission to
Any
Mars?
of that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a new one.
The
So-
best concept.
What was that scene in
this
in
goes so
the
much further.
in the bee farmhouse? He has that machine where he's trying to give her. Remember, he has that machine. He
He
doesn't
pulls something out to try to show her
Oh,
some shit.
some
but
shit,
it's like,
but it
budget
malfunctions.
cuts, like budget cuts.
budget cuts. Right.
He freaks out. Channing Tatum's like getting all geared up. He explains that
Takes
he's
his
like,
shirt off for a very long time.
forever.
for the
His
next
shirt comes
couple
off,
scenes.
and now
Shirt
it's
comes
off for
off,
like
yeah.
at least 40 minutes
It is, yeah.
of the movie. But then, no, he explains to Channing Tatum like his type of splice usually can't survive alone.
Oh, he's part of a pack.
He needs to be, but
He'll
he,
wither
he,
and
he
die
isn't.
without something.
Yeah.
Well, he says he's like a loner though. He doesn't act like.
Oh,
the other
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Like he doesn't. He's the only
He
one
doesn't-
that's ever
yeah.
survived
Abnormal.
alone. Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Right. And then an attack happens. Right.
Yeah.
That's when he senses that the bounty hunters are there, and that's when
They
Oh, that's
run
when
through
the
the cornfields.
the
anime
yeah,
bounty
you're right.
hunters
Yeah,
are in the
this is
anime bounty
cornfield.
hunters show up and fight
Of
from the
course.
cornfield with a fuckload of those shadow things.
Oh, dude, they just keep
Dude,
throwing
they
them at him.
30 of those
it's really
guys.
awesome
So the
because
bounty hunters are working for Eddie Redmayne too. Like
No.
These bounty hunters are
No,
working for
the anime
Titus.
bounty hunters
They're
are
working for the orgy
who
man.
is orgy bruh.
Okay, so they're working for the orgy brother.
Yes.
Yes, orgy
Okay.
brother.
So that technically they're all going at the same
Oh,
thing,
no, no,
but
no,
they're.
no, no, no.
They said
What?
no because
I don't
yeah,
actually
because,
know.
They are
because
working
Kane
for
was also working for
Titus.
Titus.
Kane is working for Titus. The bounty hunters are working for Whisper, Eddie Redmayne.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Because all the gray things are working for Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, and
Oh,
they
they
were
were
working
helping?
together.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
oh, they
helping
were
the
working.
bounty hunters.
Okay.
here. Sorry,
A little
Jesus
confusing.
Christ,
all right.
The
well,
amount
that
of shit
was
thrown at the
of
screen.
All the movie. That's what I got
Yeah. Or
confused.
Titus
about, I
is
guess.
Orgy Man.
Yeah, the
Okay.
anime people hunters were
Okay, fair
They're
enough.
working for They're Eddie Redmayne's.
So yeah, Eddie Redmayne's people,
Channing
the Greys
Tatum.
and the bounty hunters, are in the cornfield outside because there's a cornfield. That's why
Yes,
it's not
I'm right.
suburban.
You're right. I totally remember that now.
Yeah, so they're in the cornfield, like ready to attack.
Yeah.
There's a whole
strike.
fight sequence.
When all of a sudden,
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. They run. Mila
I'm
Kunis
just, no, I'm
eventually-
asking you what happens
there's
next.
fighting.
there was a ship.
Was there?
Was there?
Yeah, because they took off and there was the crop circle.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh yeah, eventually
They
Yeah,
explain
you're right.
crop
Gets
circles.
They
Did you-
explain
okay,
crop
yeah.
circles. Yeah.
The
Yeah, they're in
sound
there, and
shotgun.
all of a sudden, they
Who
they,
had the
they
ship? It was
escape
the
in a
Aegis ship?
Yeah, it was the Aegis ship.
So,
Kane,
yeah,
No, it's not an
Aegis-
Aegis ship. It's the bounty hunter ship.
Kane's ship? No, Kane's ship's dead. He's there. I thought it was from
Watching
Aegis.
this movie was a common problem
Fuck.
where some of us didn't know who was
There were- Jesus
allegiances
Christ.
were really
Regardless,
hard to tell.
no, it's still fine.
Whose ship was that though?
'Cause,
Yeah.
hold on.
Wasn't it the?
Well, what's the next scene?
Well, I'm saying
Where's Channing Tatum? What was he doing? She's in
He's
the
with
field
her. He's
running.
protecting
she's in
her.
the field
Oh,
running.
he tries to rush to the ship, but he can't make it there in time.
He grabs onto the ship from the outside. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
Because the
yeah,
ship
and
goes
he-
into a wormhole.
Yeah. Oh, it's the
That's
bad
what
guy
happens.
ship. It's
Hold
the
on,
bad
hold
guy
on,
ship.
hold
They're
on,
getting
hold
away.
on. This is why we're confused.
Yes.
They
That's why we're
take her.
confused.
They take her.
No,
and he-
the bad guys double cross themselves. Because earlier, when they first see the hunter, remember the black guy with the mohawk says to the anime girl, he goes, "Do you trust
Oh.
me?"
Yeah. He does.
And
yeah,
so
they've
at
got
this
their
point-
own internal
Yeah.
conflict that is.
Because at
Yeah,
this
right,
point,
right,
they
right. Yeah.
the sound shotgun telescope eye guy blasts Mila Kunis, and when
And
he's
it's like the
about to
whole
slay
field
her,
goes flat.
Space
Yeah.
Kano.
Yeah,
Space
that's when
Kano, right,
like
yeah.
Mohawk black guy knocks him out, and then anime space girl snatches her up,
Boom.
and they steal her
Yeah.
because they're working for
And-
this sister.
They get into their spaceship.
Yeah,
They're not.
Kaladesh or whatever the fuck her name was,
Jesus
Kalika,
Christ, yeah.
Calico.
That was old young girl.
Khalik.
Yeah, old
Khalik, right?
Khalik.
I thought so. Yeah.
Old young lady.
Old young lady.
Old young sister.
Because it's a young woman
So
with
they're working
obvious
for
old age
her.
makeup. Yeah.
That's why it's confusing because they left leaving
Oh,
for a
they
third
were-
party we didn't know about.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that
Right,
they,
yeah,
I thought
that's
that they
it.
were still also kind of fighting with the Greys from.
Well, they're
from-
betraying Eddie Redmayne's character.
Yeah.
To work for
To
her.
work for her,
Which
yes.
is a lot of. That's why I said
Oh,
allegiances
so many
are hard to
double
keep track
crosses
of.
from people whose names we don't,
Don't
even
even know.
And
So
from,
what happens is Channing Tatum, like he gravity boots up to the ship, grabs onto it,
Bum,
and
bum.
holds onto it while they drive through a space
space.
wormhole.
Well, he holds on to the landing gear, which I was going to assume led into the ship, and then there would be
No.
a scene where he
Yeah, I
fucks
thought
with
he
them
jumped
in the
in.
ship.
He stays
But
on the
no.
it
outside
looked
of the
like
ship.
he jumped in at the last second, but they pull away, and then the next scene is him on the outside
It's
of the
very
spaceship.
common knowledge that a
on a
Lycan
different-
can conserve the vacuum of space.
Well, they were
But he can't
engineered
because we
to
see
be
later. I know.
space
I know.
resistant.
But he isn't later.
He's
It's not
resistant.
engineering.
He's not like a human.
Well,
He's a little
it's
bit
because it
stronger
was the
than a
time
human.
warp too.
It doesn't matter.
It's a faster than light drive.
They go
they
to
do
the old
reference
young lady-
FTLs.
It doesn't matter. They wormhole to the old young lady planet,
Yeah.
right?
Well, she wakes up
Khalik.
like in a dress.
Yeah.
And this.
Oh,
like,
she is
in a
not happy
floaty
about
bed.
it.
Everyone keeps changing her
Oh,
clothes.
yes.
That
I
is.
guess that's that.
Mila
joke
Kunis has
later.
no clue what's going on. People keep knocking her out and
next scene,
changing her.
I
Like,
didn't think about
Yeah,
that. It happens like
Why?
5
she's
times.
No,
like,
the next scene,
reclothed
she
so many
she
times.
brings it up too, where she's like, "And I'd like to be awake the next time
yeah,
I
right.
change."
Yeah, she's like,
It
I
was
want new
fucking
clothes.
weird.
everyone
Now
has
you're
seen her
awake when I
naked
put
by
them
just
on.
reclothing
And she
her.
like shoots Kane a look.
Yeah.
I know
That's
you.
later. Right now.
So she wakes up on the old young lady
Yes.
place.
And she's
Ship.
like, what
is it
the
a
fuck
ship or is it
going
a
It's a planet. They're on a different
planet?
They're on
Yeah,
a
a
planet,
planet,
one of her
whatever,
planets, because
yeah.
they all own planets, but we don't know exactly why. We just know that they have value.
Planets are like houses.
Yeah, the real estate.
Yeah.
They keep referring to, and Earth is like the super
best.
valuable real estate.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Right. This is
one
pretty
of her
much.
properties.
This is pretty
She
much the old
shows
young
her-
lady tells her the whole spiel
Yeah,
again.
Basically,
she
it's
catches
more
her up.
like,
exposition.
hey, you can live forever. This is how
She-
we do it.
She says the thing that she
Oh.
says every genes tend to replicate themselves after a very long time, and you happen to be the perfect genetic representation
Age.
of our mother.
Yeah.
And she says
Everybody has their own like pre-programmed best version of themselves,
Themselves.
that
Well,
their
she-
cells can like
number one.
replicate.
Well, hold on.
to.
She says that she's 14 millennium
14
old.
millennia. Yeah, she's about to do it for
And-
14,004 years old.
Right, and she also says that their mother was killed at 91,000 years old.
Yes.
Right, and they say like
And she
who
was
killed her?
murdered.
We don't know yet.
I
we'll
thought they
find
said
out.
she was murdered.
She
Didn't
does.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
tells her here that
But
she
it's
was
not. They don't
murdered.
know who did it.
Yeah.
we're gonna find out.
Well,
later.
the best part of it is that
Yeah.
everybody keeps like
A
it's
mystery?
like being like, you were murdered, and
Yeah.
she keeps going,
I'm not her,
I'm
okay?
not her. I'm not your mother.
Yeah, right.
It's hysterical.
Your
Because they're-
Majesty.
Well, they're looking at a statue of Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
and that was the mother, right?
But just because
Yeah.
she has the same DNA doesn't mean
She is
would,
that
like,
person.
remember
She's a
that woman's
clone,
life or
essentially.
anything. Yeah.
She's a clone without the memory. She's just that's not the same. Does this one? She takes her to the goo pool
Yeah.
to show her
She
what's
shows
up.
her get
demonstrates.
young.
Boom.
She gets young in front of her.
She
by
dips
dipping
in-
a
yourself
great
in
bit
the
of
salsa
exposition.
Dips
water.
in the
again.
glowing
Yeah.
goo and then gets all hot, and she's like, "See, this is how we did
She's
it."
like, this is
See,
the
this
life
is-
you can have if you want.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is the 14,004th
It's dope as
time I've done this.
Fuck.
She said it's easy as changing a light bulb to fix the human
Meanwhile,
body.
Channing Tatum
Yes.
is like infiltrating.
Which is like kind of from fucking Stargate. If you think, remember the alien from Stargate who put their essence in a human body because it's so easy to fix. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that
the
aspect.
show.
From the movie.
No, movie.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
kind of don't remember
Never
that
mind.
part.
Okay,
I don't remember.
But
that was something that was said in Stargate.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So she's introduced to this. She doesn't know what the goo is yet,
yes, but it turns her young.
but it comes from Earth. She did say it comes from
Yes,
Earth.
and it's the most pure, best in the universe.
It is the bestest goo in the universe.
And
Yeah, right.
then Channing
yes.
Somebody
Tatum.
got paid in that shit already, and we
Channing Tatum did, or no, the
double crossers.
the
got
double
paid
crossers,
in
the-
youth juice. Like
yes,
a couple
So,
cans.
the
this-
anime girl.
this is
the
a-
hound,
like
the
a
hunters.
six-pack.
The
Okay.
bounty, yeah.
It's a 6-pack of life juice.
This is an important
4.
scene because
They did all that for 4 life juices.
in this scene, old young woman, whatever her name is, she pretty much kind of states the theme of the movie, which is that the most important thing in the
is
universe
time.
is time. It's the one commodity that everyone wants, and you can't
Yeah.
technically get more.
Because you
of.
can get
But
everything that you could
this stuff
possibly
gives you
imagine.
a lot more of it.
Yeah.
You can't live for infinity, but you can live a pretty fucking long ass
So people
time.
live
Yeah.
like living multiple lives is the norm, but it's like
Yeah.
how many lives can you live? And they can afford to live
right,
as many as they want.
as long as they have humans to turn into
Yeah.
goo.
Yeah, exactly.
They need goo.
well, yeah, as it's about
Right.
to get explained in the
We
next
learn
thing.
that later,
is-
but yeah.
but it is like the next thing that comes up is when they talk to Orgy Brother.
No, that's not yet.
No, that's coming up because
Because she needs to be kidnapped again.
No, fuck. Yeah, she gets
she's-
kidnapped.
by every sibling. She
Every
has to kidnap,
sibling
and
kidnaps
then,
her
and then fucks
from-
with her, changes her clothes, and it's amazing.
and then we
actually.
find out a
I
different
can't remember
angle.
the order. What happens? She's talking to the sister. So does Channing Tatum show up to
Yeah.
be like she's fucking with you or something, and then somehow she gets taken? What happens? with her?
I
she
think
gets taken by orgy guys people at this point. We skipped the orgy scene. That is the whole reason.
Yeah, there's an update for the
Oh.
orgy scene because it cuts to like him having his
He's like
feather
floating
orgy,
upside down,
and all he's
like
like
a-
touching him with feathers and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like,
and he gets some sort of information.
Only good
Right.
news is accepted here.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's my 5 o'clock orgy. What is it?
How
Don't
dare
disturb me
you.
in the auditorium.
I need a nap before my 7 o'clock orgy. Yeah, right.
Yeah, because they just do this all day for 14,000 years.
Yeah,
It's great.
Right.
What is it? Who does that? Though?
Somebody updates him on what's
Somebody-
going on.
yeah.
She's
No.
been-
Who takes her from the sister? to
Channing
him?
Tatum, right? Doesn't he rescue her at this point? Don't they go back to ages? Like,
Oh,
don't
they take both of them. Someone shows up and takes both of them.
Oh, and Sean Bean. Isn't this where Sean?
Because
they're
Sean
in
Bean just
prison.
Sean
Yes,
Bean
he's in
shows
prison. Sean Bean's in prison.
he shows
and
up in space, and I was like, how did he get there?
He's in
Remember?
prison, and so is because
the
they take,
Aegis people show up and like kidnap
they
him,
take
right?
the family. Did they take the family at this point?
No,
and
no,
also
no, no,
I
no.
don't- I don't
Sean
know.
Bean is now double crossing
Aegis?
No, Kane
Kane for
Oh, I thought
Titus.
they teamed up here.
for Orgy Man.
For
Oh,
Orgy
that's
Man.
right.
Sean
okay.
Bean is hired by
God damn,
Orgy
this
Man.
is very Shakespearean.
It is.
It's oh
Too
yeah.
much
It's all
like-
backstabbing. It's
Yeah.
like it's by all these siblings.
He's double crossing Kane for Orgy guy.
Man.
So
For
now
Titus.
he delivers both of them to Titus.
Yes.
Yes. Because Titus
Who immediately
his
imprisons
plan, yeah, he imprisons them.
He immediately imprisons all of them,
Yes.
right?
But no, he
No,
doesn't
no, no,
imprison
he lets
her.
them go.
Jupiter, he like
tells-
instantly tells that, you know,
He tells her about the goo. The truth.
explains, yeah.
Every
Oh,
vial.
wait, I'm sorry. This is where someone gets paid in the goop because it's
Yeah,
him.
yeah, it's
Because
him.
He explains
Oh,
later.
Yes, he wants to live longer.
Sean
Yeah.
Bean
Well,
did.
his daughter's
Sean Bean
sick.
His
pulled
daughter's
a
sick, yeah.
triple cross against his
Yeah.
bro
The-
and
and
everybody
the-
else
and
for
the police.
4 life juices.
Life
Yes.
juices. But this is when Orgy Man explains to Jupiter what the goo actually is.
And
Which it's 100. Every vial of goo is 100 human souls or beings.
Bodies,
Body
something,
goo. They're,
something.
yeah,
life
whatever.
forces.
If you
100.
kill,
100
they have to kill 100 humans to make a bottle of goo.
But they also make the humans, so it's like a.
well, because he says this is
we
when he
grow
reveals
them.
He's like,
Earth is a
we
crop, a
seeded
field, a
it.
crop.
Yeah,
we
he-
seeded it. It is just for harvesting, so that we can all dip in the goo and live forever. That's what it is.
that's the first
We are
time
the
we meet
family-
them, they
our
just
family-
harvested some planet.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
harvested some
Yeah.
planet. So
We
the
didn't
Abrasics
so it's
family
like
has like the
I
monopoly
love
on
about
all
this,
the best
this
goo
that they're
in all the universe.
not they're just humans. I like that
Yeah.
about this movie that the
Well, they were the
family, the
Prometheuses.
Abraxas, yeah. But
They
I'm
were-
saying
Yeah, they
humans
just
are
have
just the
awesome
Abraxases.
technology.
Yes.
They just
with
make
This
more
one
of themselves,
family, yes,
and then use them to
all of
keep
those
themselves
qualities, all
Yeah.
of those
Yeah.
qualities. Yeah, they exactly.
young. Humans are just
Which
It's
is
the
normally.
Matrix,
so
except
good.
without
Yeah.
machines.
yeah,
Yeah,
Instead of the
Yeah.
machines doing it,
It was
to people,
genetics.
it's people doing
they
it
get
to
the people.
yeah.
Surprise!
Don't let them know that we have this level of technology. Let
Hey,
'em
you
be
watch
like,
anyone's filmography, you tend to see everyone does the same
It'd
shit.
be
over
like
and
if
over.
we started raising
Yeah.
people like cattle, like
Yeah.
cavemen. If we made like Neanderthals
Yeah.
or something to raise
just to,
them,
just to have organs.
Yeah,
and
they're
shit.
primitive
Yeah.
versions of ourselves.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. We can harvest them.
But
and
what I'm saying
stay
is,
young
I don't
for
even think they're
ourselves.
like more evolved. They're just the same, but they have the goo technology, so they can stay
Yeah.
alive forever. You
My
know what I mean?
goo.
My
They developed
goo.
it, yeah.
Right. So she's like appalled. She accidentally, being so
dro-
appalled, drops the canister.
Whoops,
And he's like, "Hey, don't
100
worry."
souls.
I love that he's just like, "Don't worry
They
about
pan
it."
around the room. There's literally like thousands and
It'd be
thousands
so
of.
great if she accidentally bumped into one of those
Ah!
stacks, and all these
Crash,
turns
clash.
into the story of Everest. And she just keeps smashing into piles.
Oh
and stuff.
man, a shot of her like slipping in people's goo, like
Oh!
right. she wastes.
Well,
like,
we got to point out he's trying to
millions of
be like
people.
slick, and he's
He
trying
wants
to
to
convince
marry
Yeah,
her.
he's trying to convince her that he
because if they get
wants-
married, then he'll own Earth too.
Yeah, and all the siblings again want Earth.
That's what they want.
It's the best. It's the best place. It's
it's the
worth more
best-
than everybody else's
It's
combined.
the best goo farm in the galaxy.
Exactly.
That's
And
what it is.
They're basically all gonna harvest it as soon as they get
Well,
it.
they
but
have-
Jupiter owns it.
Yes.
Well, they own like we find out later. What's his name? Eddie Redmayne owns Jupiter. You
Whoa.
can't like harvest people on Jupiter because you barely have any. You know, he has
There's
to,
no- you
he has
can't-
to
Wait a
make
second.
that thing for
Yeah,
them to
yeah,
even
yeah,
live
yeah.
there.
Did
so, like,
we-
That's why Earth is the most valuable because it has
it has
most
the
people.
atmosphere.
It
It has
actually
the
has
atmosphere.
the most people.
Right.
yeah.
But did we skip the bureaucracy part? Because doesn't she
Nope.
have to be a queen first
right.
when this happens?
Did we?
Yes,
We
we
did.
totally did. It
Oh,
was
'cause-
earlier than we
okay,
thought.
Hold on. That just happens. The sister, the old young woman,
Pays-
sends
yes.
her to do the bureaucracy shit. The Hitchhiker's Guide to
Yes,
the Galaxy
that's-
bureaucracy montage that ends
Okay.
with Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah,
You hear that sentence I
that's-
just said? 'Cause
we
that's
forgot-
what happens.
We
movie
forgot what the
fucking
sister
is
does.
amazing.
So each one of the siblings, does
'Cause
one
that- 'cause
component
the-
of
that-
getting her
the
to
ro-
ascend.
The robotic face dude comes out.
Yeah, one of the androids.
I love this scene.
cyborgs.
Because it's
comes
like a
out,
comedy scene.
and- yeah.
And this fucking serious
He goes,
ass.
I'm your astral representative for
Right.
the day, and he proceeds to take them to like
It literally is like shot
10
and looks like it's from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. It just is
the
that.
Keep going from
background is
Yeah.
office,
wacky.
There's a bunch of
Office.
wacky people standing in line at the DMV type of thing in
Yes.
space.
And
It's like,
they-
what is
You
happening?
need this form. You need that form. You need this clearance. They just
She
And
send
basically-
nothing works until he bribes somebody.
Yeah.
and it ends with
They
it-
make her the official owner of
But
Earth.
it was really
Yeah.
cool because it showed like the scope of people not being how unimportant people were because it was like there's this whole other like reality that
Right.
exists beyond that.
And it's also the Abraxas family has to follow these rules.
yes,
That's why that's
she's
interesting. as
doing
hell.
all this
Yeah.
to,
They can't just be lawless like dictators.
to get the
Well,
signet.
that's why I don't understand. How
Like,
he
who's in
wasn't
charge of that?
arrested.
She's
Who's the
basically-
government of the galaxy
Yeah.
in charge of the bureaucracy that the Abraxas family has to follow?
Honestly, like the woman.
You know what I
Good
mean?
God, it just
It's
keeps going
insane.
on and on and on.
Jupiter Ascending 2 could be nuts.
The woman
So
at that
nuts.
first
the
DMV
space
place
Pope in the space.
wielded
about
more
the space
power
pope.
because she could deny
Mila
people
Kunis versus the space.
versus the space pope.
Anyway, yeah,
where are we? We gotta move on.
we gotta
oh my
move.
God!
But it
we
ends.
backtracked.
It ends with Terry Gilliam giving her that sigil thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
now
showed
she's
that she is
legit.
officially has the title to being the Queen of Earth,
And
Right.
she
recognized
is-
by Aegis and everything.
And now we're back to where we were.
Boom.
She's officially the Queen of Earth. Orgy
Now
Man
the-
is like, oh, people are goo, and I want to marry you so that the two of us can rule and have
And get rid of the goo and stop this madness.
Stop this madness. We can.
Oh yeah, he pitches her that.
But she has to. It's also on the plate is Kane, right?
yeah,
There's something about Kane, right?
He's
like,
on the ship. He's in the hole.
he'll
in
like
the
free
ground.
him if she marries him.
No,
Right?
He doesn't.
No, it's the family. He also
he's
kidnapped
not
the
holding-
family.
Oh, he kidnapped her.
He
Earth
has
he
to
family.
kidnap-
kidnapped. He
not
kidnapped
yet.
her mother.
Not yet. That doesn't happen.
Oh
yet.
no,
That
that's
hasn't
not
happened
even
yet.
him.
That's Eddie
oh
Redmayne,
my
too.
God.
We gotta
All right.
that's what I'm saying. We
Fuck, we gotta move on.
It's okay. Like
Eddie-
there's so much
whatever.
action. It's like whatever.
Channing Tatum's in a ground cell, getting mocked by some lady for a while, and then she leaves him there,
Yeah.
and that's when she's like thinking about marrying him, he blasts Channing Tatum into space,
Oh yeah.
right?
And
He's like, I'll never see you again.
And
he
Channing
goes, "What are
Tatum
you gonna
survives.
survive- Yeah, what are you
What
gonna
are you gonna
survive
in a
this and
vacuum in
save her?
space,
or
and we're all
something?
like,
Get outta
he
here."
just did, like not long ago.
Yeah. All
But
right.
he thankfully like kind of ejects some suits with him.
kicks some
Yes,
space
some
suits.
super
emergency
suits.
suits as he's flying out.
He's
And now
got
he-
15 minutes
But
to
they
get
made
to
a
an
big
airlock.
jump.
They made a big jump, so it's basically
stuck.
just in space with a limited air supply.
It's pretty.
But now
Yeah.
Sean
Tense.
Bean, feeling guilty,
Right.
tells the Aegis that he betrayed him and he's on that ship and they should probably
yeah,
go
that
save
was
him
a quick turn
because
back.
he's gonna
Yeah,
kill
he
him.
quadruple
Yeah.
agents back over.
Well, once he
Right.
got the stuff for his daughter, he was like, I don't care anymore. It's not about
done.
me
It's
anymore.
fine.
I can
Whatever.
go to
You're right.
prison.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So he wanted to make sure he lived.
Yeah.
So now they're hunting. That's when he's floating in the suit and he's gonna die.
Don't we go back
get
to
an
the
Earth-
orgy man?
We get an Earth scene, but it's
Ugh.
we skip the one where she calls her cousin before they left Earth.
It
but
doesn't matter. That's
matter.
fine. It doesn't matter.
But, we get another scene of the family being mad.
The family is-
No, then I guess that is when they get kidnapped.
Yeah, that's when they got
The
kidnapped
family confronts the cousin
by the
for
Grays.
trying to sell her eggs.
There's a
And
whole
in the
family
midst of that
blow-up.
argument, the roof fucking
Explodes and a dragon shows
a
up.
dragon
So-
shows up. Man, they don't freak out as much as you think they
Hell
would.
no, they don't.
Hell no.
And then
Well-
Mr. Whisper shows up and
Yeah.
explains what's happening
Yeah.
to the family.
Yeah, he's like, you.
No, we just see them disappear.
Oh, really? They
We see him sniff the mother and be like, "Be careful with
She's
this
the
one."
one.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Oh,
the
yeah.
mother.
And then
She's
She
the
knows-
mother of the mother.
the
yeah.
mother of
mother.
Mila
Jupiter.
Kunis.
Right.
Jupiter Jones.
Right.
Miss Jupiter
Jesus
J.
Christ.
Jones.
And they're all working for Eddie Redmayne to be specific.
Yes.
Yes.
So now we see Mila Kunis looking at her wedding dress, being like, "I don't know if I can do this," and then he convinces her again that it's a good thing. He like manipulates her. He gives her the pardon for Kane and Stinger, and he's like, "Look,
about to get
if I was
married.
still an asshole, I would have fucking used this as leverage, but I'm giving it to you now."
Is that when she looks
Blah,
up and
blah,
says, "I'll do it"?
Yeah, and then she goes,
yeah.
"I'll do it," and he's like,
Of my
"Fucking
own
A."
volition, I
Right, 'cause then-
declare to be.
Well,
Because then we
that's
get
not
this.
that yet,
we
but
don't get that.
She
Because then
just says, "I'll
do it.
and then we see Channing Tatum floating in space, getting picked up by the space Aegis
Mm.
or the Aegis, and they're like, "Man, he almost died, but he didn't." And then he goes to the brig and he looks at Stinger and he goes, "Why'd you do that?" And that's he explains about his daughter was dying and he needed the goop.
he needed the goop. Yeah.
They're on the same side.
and he
again.
goes, "Are you gonna do something like that again?" He's like, "No." And he's like, "All right, he's cool."
And then he learns what's happening on the
On
Orgy
sh-
Man planet.
Yeah, but he's gonna
And
marry
he's like,
her.
"Well, I'm gonna need my alien, my aliens
Space crew.
space crew,
my wolf pack.
Yeah.
go-
Space wolf pack.
Well, because basically he's
the
decided
Aegis are gonna come save her.
from that.
because she is the official. Now that she's the official
Official owner
queen
of
of
Earth,
Earth,
yeah.
Aegis has a duty to like defend her.
yeah.
So they're
Defend her.
like her. Yeah.
right.
They're
So
coming to-
they go to that planet.
No, it's just his ship.
It's a ship. I'm saying they go to the ship outside of the planet.
Yeah.
And Sean Bean and Channing Tatum both get in like exo suits that
They
are
get in the bird
spaceships.
ships. Those
Yeah,
crazy
bird
Oh,
ships.
yeah.
They're fucking dope as fuck.
And a huge fucking wedding scene is happening where Mila Kunis is like on a platform that is being lowered
Floating.
among her people as she's floating down to the altar, the space altar. And it's actually really beautifully production design scene. It's just really good looking.
Yeah, everything.
Uh,
It was
it was
awesome. It
fucking
looked like
awesome.
It looked like $200 billion.
And that's when he's standing at the altar, Orgy Man, and then he gets the woman with the bat ears.
Yeah, it's the weird.
Tells her
huge
that
ears.
she's like, Aegis is trying
wanna
to
board.
They want to board
And
the
he's like,
planet.
do everything you can to keep him off the ship.
So they send a bunch of like
I forget
What
what
were
they call them.
they?
They call them
Mines.
warheads.
They were
Warheads?
It was
looked
like a shield of like a field of
Mines
mine
or
type
something.
things. I don't think they were like drones. They just were supposed to like they moved, but like in blocks.
They just
they
kept
were
Yeah.
supposed to
shifting
defend the ship,
keep you, kept
Yeah.
shifting to keep
but
to
they're.
be in between
but
you
the-
and the ship.
Basically,
the two, Sean
it
Bean
comes down
and
to-
Channing Tatum are flying through. They're like,
Which
all right,
is-
well, let's do it.
It's a perfect example of a moment where Sean Bean would sacrifice
Oh, my
himself
God.
so that
Definitely
he
die.
would like be
We're
dying
like,
to be like,
here he goes.
save her, and then
Yeah,
he'd be
he's
like,
gonna get
"Ah!"
torn to shreds by these
No,
things.
No.
Sean Bean's fine.
They
It's
get
okay.
through.
He makes it
They
through.
get through, and he's totally fine. It was just like, oh, okay. He's
And
fine.
then
Yeah.
Channing Tatum like smashes his ship through the wall into. I love
Into the wedding.
He literally flew from outside
The atmosphere.
space.
Yeah.
Hail
He was
Mary.
in space,
Yeah.
just smashed a hole through a ship, and then was walked off the ship. Like,
It's
but
fine.
he's
It's
No,
fine.
no, not
sucking
only-
those people through that hole.
Yeah, no.
Not only did he do that, he did it to like the exact right spot.
Yes.
like he
Right into the
slammed
room.
it into,
Right into the room.
Yeah, into like
Yeah.
the reactor room.
The
to
ceiling
cause,
was
like,
big,
the
but it's still
planetary meltdown.
a
Interrupting the
spaceship.
wedding
Yes.
specifically, and he says to her because she's having the way they do the wedding is you get like a tattoo shit on your like
It's like
finger,
a hologram tattoo. of
and he's
a
like, "Did they
wedding.
finish?" He goes, "No," and he's like, "Well."
All
When it's
right,
not
just
legit.
in time.
Just in time. You're not married. He does not own Earth. He's betraying
yeah,
you.
and let's
He was
get
gonna
out of
kill you.
here.
He was going to kill you so he could own Earth the second you were married.
and they do.
And then Orgy Man was like, "Yeah, he's right." You
I
know?
guess.
I could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you, dick
Aegis.
You Aegis kids, right? They
And this is what I don't understand. How he isn't arrested for kidnapping her by the Aegis?
What?
Because they just leave his
Yeah.
ship.
they must because they're rich people. They kind of have like
Yeah, I guess
some
so,
you know
yeah.
like
Yeah, they're-
the cops let them go type of thing.
That sucks.
But at this
Because
point,
now she's
they own
this
them.
is when
Okay,
she
to
says the thing
cleanly
about
talk at
changing
this
her
point,
clothes.
pretty much Orgy Man and Old Young Woman, those two siblings are out of the picture, right? Like
Yeah.
they kind of don't factor in anymore.
No, they're done.
It's all Eddie Redmayne.
They
It's all
played-
down to Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah.
He's got the family hostage. That's what the rest
Because
of this
she
movie
gets on the
is.
ship,
Yes.
she does the line about wanting to change her clothes without anybody watching. Now
Right,
she's in the
right.
the cool, sleek black outfit. She
Yeah,
tries
yeah,
to
yeah.
hit on Channing Tatum, and that's when
Oh.
she says I love
I
dogs.
love
I love-
dogs.
No, Mila Kunis is DTF
Yeah,
for dog penis right
Yeah.
now, and we want
Uh,
to see Channing Tatum's lipstick so bad.
really bad.
Just
So heavily
But he
implied.
turns her down. He shoots her down.
seriously though, she doesn't know if he has genitals that could compare to hers.
He literally goes, "You don't know much about splicers, do you?" Like he said it like
like
don't
something
you
could be
realize-
pretty
yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, or maybe
My
he's just
penis is in the
sterile.
back of my throat, and I have to swallow your head
Maybe
to
he's
come.
just sterile.
Like what? It doesn't make any sense. Right?
So she's
They don't
like,
get to do
I just
anything,
want to
though.
go home.
Yeah, they don't get to kiss or anything.
No.
No.
She's like, I don't fucking care about all this space bullshit. I want to go home.
And he's like, "You own Earth."
And
It's-
she's like, I said I want to go home.
Right, I want to go.
And
What something
now?
happens here?
No,
Is-
this is when they go back to
They go back to
mom's
Earth
house,
and see the family.
and the house is all trashed.
Yeah, see
and
that the
weird
family's been
whisper guy
taken.
is there, and he's like,
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
he's like, hey,
Come to.
I want to make sure your family's safe, so you should come with me. And they're like, you're gonna kill him. He's like,
It's
I
like
would
everyone
never-
that's from
no,
crime.
not if you come with me.
I love that everyone from Jupiter seems to be like asininely effeminate,
Yeah.
and then also they're aligned with like these brutal fucking dragon people that are like macho as shit. It's so weird.
Oh yeah, the
Oh
enforcers.
fuck! That planet of the whisper,
Whisper effeminate people and the dragon
dra-
people. It's like really weird.
It's
The
a
dragon people must
symbiotic
come from
relationship.
somewhere else.
They have to have
I
their own dragon planet, right?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
assume.
They're hired obviously
Yeah.
because it's the
They're obviously better fighters than the
Anyway.
Jupiterians.
We're
pick
so
apart
close.
the-
We
We
gotta
can,
get-
we gotta go. Oh
we
yeah.
got- yeah.
Fine.
All
We
right.
don't need to hurry up. We can just
No.
talk about what happened.
We're this is the end of the movie, pretty much.
Yeah,
this
we're
is well,
getting
it's
We're getting there.
the second, third act. So yeah.
The second, third act.
Well, when the wedding was happening, I was like, "This is the middle of the movie." And
Yeah,
we were like,
yeah.
"Oh, no, there's
I said
only-
there's 40 minutes
left.
left.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is just action stuff.
It,
happening.
this is where it really picks up into space fighting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 'cause-
that's where the Channing Tatum crashes the ship right into the reactor and starts going off.
That's because
Well,
It's
Yeah,
on.
well, she agrees to go
That's on
with,
Jupiter.
She agrees to go with them to
and they're
Eddie
like,
Redmayne.
we're gonna like follow,
Mhm.
and then when they're flying through like the anus of the storm, they suck the sphincter closed on them, and they barely get
Tons
out.
of
and they're, like-
hurricane.
They're like stuck outside,
and they're like, the ship can't make it, but one ship
Sean
could,
Bean like
right?
convinces him to just fly
through it
by himself, and
Once
he's like,
again, a
"You know what,
moment where
fuck it."
Sean Bean could have said something crazy like, I'll
I'll
come with you.
do it.
And he like knew the whole time that he'd have to sacrifice himself. His daughter's okay because she's got the
Yeah,
goo.
he's out of
yeah,
it for
like
that.
it
but
could have
he'll-
been a Sean Bean death, and it's
No,
not.
It's like there's
Yeah.
only one choice for you to go
You
down
go
there.
down there.
But while she's on the planet,
Not for me to do anything.
So-
you guys. do something.
somebody's got
Eddie Redmayne is at this point in the film is talking
unhinged.
at the absolute
Every
quietest
other
he
line.
could possibly say. It's insane. He is like barely audible. It's amazing.
It's great.
His lips hardly move. He is like sweating,
And
he
his
looks
eyes
he
like
looks like
jittering.
He's
like,
it looks terrible.
Yeah, he is fucked
It's
up.
like
It's
he's
so awful.
having a seizure while talking
It's so good.
silently. It's really cool.
I
Until
love
something
it.
sets him off.
Yeah, and then he
Oh
starts
man,
screaming.
these outbursts.
Incredible.
I love it.
His performance is amazing.
But he's like, look, give me Earth, or I'm going to kill your family because they're right there under my
under the
in
floor of my
Boom.
throne room, which
Turn-
I do all the goo changing.
It's a
Turns the
see-through
floor,
floor with
yeah.
dragons and an operating table underneath of it. It's like, dude, who are you? You're
What is
sick.
happening on this? On Jupiter?
Well, it was
There's
a
the-
technology. He could
They
turn
live in a
on and
bubble.
off. I don't know, make things translucent.
Okay,
Make
Eddie, you live in a bubble on Jupiter, and underneath the floor is a operation room for dragon
for dragons
doctors.
to
yeah,
extract
for dragon
life
doctors to
forces.
extract human life.
And go.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, and he nailed it.
He did. He nailed it.
It was like
So
Space
yeah,
Dracula.
so it's a gun to her head. She has her family. You know, she's got to save her mom. I think was laying on the table at the time.
Mm-hmm. And she does.
And then
She
Channing
starts to
Tatum
seal it,
is
and
on
then
a
she-
kamikaze mission, basically. Like he's, as far as he's concerned, he's just gonna run through everything.
He flew through the storm.
He turns into a
Flew
ball
through
of machinery.
Tons of
Yeah.
hurricanes.
to smash through their barrier, which broke it, which now
broke the
is
seal of the
destroyed.
city.
Because
Yeah.
at this point, Eddie Redmayne is like whisper, "Head of sinus,
And then I will be the
seal
king of
seal."
Earth.
And this guy comes in and goes, sir. And he goes, I can't believe you're doing this to me right now. It's so good.
I'm exposing.
Like he's holding in like a poop
He's like,
that's just
sir,
like right at the edge. of his
literally
anus.
everything is exploding. And then he goes, huh? And then
Who looks
he
out the
looks up,
giant window?
everything is on fire,
Fire.
instantly. And they're like, oh, shit.
It was like Mustafar out there.
So good.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Channing
Lava
Tatum
planet.
explodes through the invisible floor and kills all the dragon
Dragons.
people and saves her family. And she's like, well, I'm definitely
He
not
starts
signing
doing
up
some
now.
gravity
this is the greatest scene, though,
flips. It was-
because
oh.
it's a scene of Channing Tatum as a dog boy with gravity boots fighting dragons in a hospitalish room where Mila Kunis has her human family levitating and she's pushing them into pods.
cousin,
It's
yeah,
like-
to get 'em
it's
out.
such
It's
a
so
weird
good.
fucking scene.
The cousin wearing the LuLaRoe
Yeah.
hot pants
God,
and
dude.
the
God,
Yeah,
so
just-
good.
You're
next
good.
to this. Yeah, it was nuts.
Your uncle from the 80s getting like
Hologram
hover
push.
It's so fucking funny, man. Ah,
It's
it's so good. So she saves her family.
Shit's
They get
really
him on the
picking
ship. But what happens here?
It's
The dragon, one of the main dragon dude is
Mr. Saxix.
Mr. Saxix, yeah. 6X, so Slaxix.
Slick Staxtus.
Somehow-
Skeksis.
Sleestack.
He's Sleestack. Skeksis or Sleestack.
Yeah, it was
They're-
kind of.
That's what they're.
All right.
Yeah.
something happens.
Well,
She
Eddie Red,
shoots-
she
she shoots Eddie Redmayne in the leg.
because it kind of breaks off. Her and Eddie Redmayne go. You know,
Yeah, Channing
Oh,
Tatum's
they get
fighting the
sucked through a
dragon.
tube.
they get sucked through that tube.
Well,
thing.
they're fighting. Yeah, they're fighting. She shoots him in the leg.
Yeah, yeah.
And Channing Tatum's
Oh,
fighting the dragon.
that's the point where he's
something
like,
falls from the sky and knocks them through the floor into like some
and
sort
he's
of
like, "Does
blue
this look
gravity
familiar to
thing."
you from when I tried to kill you, or from when I killed you before? Do you remember this?
Don't you remember, Mother?
Don't
You
you-
hated being
you-
alive.
You asked
You
me to
asked
kill
me to
you.
do it. So it turns
And
out he killed his mother because she asked him to.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
And he's
after
like-
91,000 years, you're like, please just fucking kill me.
Yeah.
I'm done. This is fucking boring.
But was that true? I don't think that was actually true. I think
No,
that was
probably
another
not.
lie.
We
That
can't
was-
really know, but it's probably not.
It
He's
was said
obviously
by him. Yeah,
a
so he was
liar.
definitely yeah.
But it turns out he's the killer. He
Well,
killed
hold
his
on.
mother.
Well, that's way later because they got to fall through the tube. They
They
both
fall
get
through
on
the
different
tube.
sides of the tubes and they go do other shit.
Yeah.
There's,
Oh, I
I
thought
guess
they-
we can just skip
I
all
thought
that
they
because
met-
there's the awesome dragon fight where he like stabs him through the tail.
Oh my God, we're not
breaks
skipping
one of
that.
his wings.
No. Yeah,
Sean
no, it's-
Bean,
it's-
was that or
No,
that
that's
was
Channing
fucking
Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Fights that dragon and is
He breaks
awesome
a
as
dragon
hell.
guy's wing,
rips it while they're
Sucks
flying,
out one of his
slams him
eyes.
into the
comes out one of his
ground.
eyes, stabs his tail with like a spear.
Oh my God.
He fucks that dragon.
Mr.
up.
Saxix is
Because
looking rough.
he can fly because of the gravity boots, and the dragon can fly because he's a dragon person.
So they're having a dragon gravity blade battle.
that
and it's like-
somehow ends up right back in the room they started.
Oh,
That's
they bust
amazing.
right through the a
The
different part of the
visible floor.
ceiling.
They
Yeah,
fly
they
around the
smash
whole
through the
Jupiter
floor.
city and fall right exactly where they came from. It's great.
Because then he says that cool line where he's like, "You hurt me, and I'm gonna make you regret that shit."
Yeah,
and
it's
then he
fucking great.
immediately just fucks him up.
Fucks him up. Well, he opens that door to the floor
Well, that's how he
room,
got in earlier.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
He made, like,
and he closes it on his neck.
yeah, they established
Yeah.
a long time ago this thing.
They
where
have a
you can-
technology to
Open
make
holes
Opening
in
portals, sort
Like
of
Roger
between
Rabbit
walls. Yeah.
holes in walls. So yeah, it closes on his neck, and the
Like
dragon,
Jumanji stuff.
the main Salaxis guy, is dead, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Mila Kunis is up high.
So as she
Ascending.
climbed all this.
She's climbed all this shit. Eddie
Mila Kunis out there ascending.
yeah, ascending. You're right. You're right. Eddie Redmayne is also. They're on this like platform, right? Remember they're on that platform.
now this
Yeah,
is
all
that
right, fine.
scene.
That
This was that
scene,
scene. I
yeah.
thought it happened before they did
Because
it.
he
Yeah,
hits
yeah.
her with a
I'm
pipe
getting all
and he says
jumbled.
all that shit, and she could kill him, but she doesn't hear for some reason.
She doesn't kill anyone in this movie.
And I was
She's
like, why the
really
fuck did you kill him?
pacifist.
And then the whole set falls apart.
it just
and
falls
he-
apart, right?
But then they both fall.
But
But
Channing
yeah,
Tatum
comes and
Bum,
saves
ba-da-da,
her.
gravity
rocket boots.
rockety boots in and saves her.
grinds out of there.
Eddie
The
Redmayne's
Aegis ship
gone.
is like, we got to get the fuck out of here because everything's exploding.
Right,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and they do, right? 'Cause-
Well, they're like, I told him I give him every second
oh, right, it's the
because
last
they're
minute
flying
thing.
back.
Because their ship's like getting fucked up, so they're like, we got to go, and it's all
So
a
they
last minute deal.
teleport.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like basically
Thinking they left them, but they didn't.
because they kind of survive. Because he has two of those. They
Emergency
established
suits.
the
Oh, the
space suit-
emergency suits.
Yeah, the auto space suits.
15 minutes to live. Yeah.
They've got 15 minutes, so they're hanging on at the outside of the ship in those auto spacesuits, and they're okay. That's he's
Yeah,
like,
well,
he-
we've
he-
established you
they-
can
they
hang
get
on the
over there, and
outside
he's
of
like,
ships through
he's like, we
space.
didn't know we got you. He's like, look outside, and it's the two of them like almost
Floating.
floating, kissing, loving outside, and yay, they're fine and everything.
Let us in. Yeah.
Right, the universe is saved. Then we go to
Basically,
the
it's-
Russian household, right? Again,
Yep.
they all
everything's
wake
back to
up like
normal.
they don't know what's going on. They've been Men in Blacked.
Which
Oh, we skipped
yeah.
that part where
we
they
forgot
show.
to say, or were you going to talk about how they can like
They
Men in
re-
Black entire cities?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
They
was after
rebuilt
that
Chicago
First,
in like seconds.
yeah.
yeah.
We
After
missed
that,
that.
that first like super destructive where they're like destroying all the buildings and the train. Then he's like, "Oh, it's already fixed."
It's fixed,
And
done.
we blinked him.
Yeah,
and,
she looks out the back of the window of the car, sees a destroyed tower. He says something to her, and then she looks back, and it's fine. And she's
And
like,
he also they
"Oh,
also
gee."
cover the territory of like
Yeah.
And anyone who doesn't get their memory wiped is one of those
Nobody
crazy
believes
people
them.
nobody believes anyway. They really were concerned with making a movie explaining all
Exactly,
aliens.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, when that ship
It's
took
another
off in the
deja vu.
square
Yeah, yeah.
circle,
It was beautiful.
Gross.
Yeah.
So yeah, coming back to the Russian family.
all the Russian
though.
people wake up and they're like Jupiter, make us coffee. They don't even.
And she loves it
she
because
loves
she
it.
found out
She's
that her
cleaning a
life could be
toilet.
so much worse.
She's it's right.
Her family might be
She even
bad.
cleans
she
the
might have to
toilet.
get up and clean toilets and
they
everything
could
every
all be
day,
in a
but she
tube.
doesn't have to be queen of the world.
It could be worse. I could be in a tube.
Everybody. Well, she was worried about the Earth getting harvested
she was.
because he was going to harvest the
Earth,
Earth immediately.
Mhm.
So then they all have that
And
like
he
kind of.
grew- yeah.
They all give her the present of the telescope.
Mhm, mhm.
Remember?
Yes.
And she finally has her dad's type of it's not her dad's telescope.
It might
She's
exactly.
got
be.
a telescope.
It's got a very expensive telescope.
They're like, hey, let's go to the roof and use it. And she's like, actually, I got a date.
Ooh, with whomst?
And they ask, is he Russian? And it's like, he's actually got a dog penis.
He's an illegal alien.
And then it's a
But-
roof scene with them two, and there's like it's witty banter time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's the wind
More or
down.
less.
so now that you're the queen of Earth, can we fuck still? That kind of shit.
Oh, and then they
It's like,
yeah.
now she's got
Yeah.
hover boots and he's got wings.
Oh yeah, he gets his wings back from
Yep.
Aegis, right?
Yep, so now he looks like fucking Hawkman.
He looks like Archangel or
Yeah.
something.
it was pretty awesome.
And then
man.
it ends with them doing like a romantic flying around the
Wall-E
city.
Style. Yeah, she
She's
gets his
gravity boots and he's
fly
flying
towards
around.
towards the camera,
And they ascend.
and they ascend
They-
together.
they
What was the
ascend.
final subtitle?
Oh, because we watched it with subtitles. It went from Jupiter laughing, they keep going, and the last thing we see on screen is Jupiter whooping.
Whooping.
whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Next one, Juggalos in Space.
Family.
Juggalos ascending.
I mean, this was already about family.
It's pretty about family.
they could tie the Fast and Furious universe and Jupiter
Ooh.
ascending together once they hit
Probably.
space.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't watched those.
I gotta say, I didn't. This is the second time I've seen it, and the first time I didn't even realize that all the bad guys were brothers and sisters.
What? That's insane.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember what was
The
happening.
whole
just,
the whole
like,
theme was
freaking
family
out.
I
for
think
real.
we were
though.
laughing so hard in the theater, I didn't.
Well, yeah.
realize that.
They threw so much ridiculous shit in, and
It's a barrage of information.
Well, they
But no, there
also
were-
said that it was like watching the starting the fifth
This
season
season
of
of-
like a sci-fi, hard sci-fi show, and you have no context for anything.
you
and
don't
they're
jump
just
into
like,
Babylon 5 on season 4.
Yeah,
Oh, you want to watch
Yeah.
Farscape season 4, episode 1? Let's just start there.
No,
It's
what
like-
is
yeah,
happening
That's
right
what
now?
this felt like.
That's what Mila Kunis was doing in the movie.
Exactly.
She's like, "What? Who are you?"
She barely
But-
emoted. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it felt like anime. Like they were cutouts of people standing
The
there.
great
doing
thing about
cool
this
stuff,
movie is
or
like
doing the talking.
it's the exact type of movie where you can imagine like all those actors were like, "Well, they did do The Matrix."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like they
You
all
gotta
said
have
yes
faith.
to it because they're
Yeah,
like
there's so
Like,
much
I
that they
guess.
couldn't
They had-
see.
there's
But
so
they're
much-
like,
the
it's
Wachowskis
but
had
it's gonna
so
look
much
like
faith.
Matrix,
It
though,
should have
right?
hit.
Yeah,
It
right.
should have hit like the Matrix. It's
shoulda.
so good.
This should have spawned 2 other
It's
movies.
just as good as the Matrix.
Oh my god!
This is just as good as the Matrix.
It
the
is.
first Matrix.
This is the
No,
Matrix.
but yes,
exactly
the
as
Matrix
good.
for the new
I'm on record
millennium.
not agreeing, but whatever.
New Matrix.
Matrix
Jupiter-
is bullshit.
Jupiter-
Jupiter Ascension.
Ascending.
Ascending.
You know
Jupiter-
the title.
whatever.
Jupiter
You didn't say
whooping.
the title right.
Jupiter Doopadoo.
Jupiter Dupa Dupa.
I think it's safe to say that we're all recommending you watch this movie.
Fuck yes.
And then, yeah, you might have some context for what like the world is like.
Right. Right.
Like
It's
our
on-
world.
Let's start a religion. Let's start a Jupiter Ascending religion, man. Let's fucking do it.
As long as we all tape lipstick to our penises.
Yeah,
Well,
we got to
that's the
start.
main tenet.
Yeah, main is lipstick, penis lipstick.
Furries will have to be a part of it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just looking
it was
forward
implied.
to creating human goo.
Oh man,
That's our ultimate goal.
You mean?
Once you have the goo, then you get the money.
I mean, it
then
was
you get
basically
the power.
turning. It was. It's basically a movie about them turning people into 100 people into a vial of sperm.
yeah.
That you
I mean,
bathe.
stem cells, man. They're
The
just,
best fucking
Yeah, I love
Bukake
that
movie
she had-
ever.
She had an entire little pool full of that shit.
Yeah.
Do you think
Do you
she
think
like
you can
cleaned
just
it
drink it?
out, or
Because he
well,
got like
because
4 containers.
I think each one is enough for like one lifetime or something.
Yeah.
But she just
Why
had
couldn't
it
you
so
drink
much that
it?
she could.
Why couldn't you drink it?
You could. I think that's what
Yeah.
they normally do.
Bathing in it was like she probably
It was a
swallowed
luxury.
so much she
It's
went under.
because she had
It's like
so
in
much.
a Blade or something when they bathe themselves in blood. And
Absolutely.
They're like, all right,
Absolutely.
all right. You know, that's
so it was just
Absolutely.
excess.
It
It's
was,
excess.
yeah,
She
it was-
could have just like, can you do like a line?
yeah,
You'd be
of
like,
human
"Whoa,
goo.
I'm feeling
and
kinda
just
old.
get like a couple years younger.
Yeah, we just did a
Ooh.
blast.
Just one
Right.
person. Well, they said there was different qualities of human goo out
And
there.
Earth is
they-
the best.
They had the best.
It is the
yeah.
best, and they produce the best. So, like the
Yeah.
Abrasix family,
It's uncut
yeah.
human goo.
Uncut human goo.
It's a drug
man.
movie too.
It is kind of.
It
Yeah.
is. It's basically blow.
It's about drugs that make you feel young.
Yeah, man.
Found a youth movie. It's a lot. This movie can wear so many
It
hats.
packs so much.
It's so
So,
much
yeah.
into one thing.
Best screenplay, best
actor.
supporting actor.
Support. Yeah.
If the Oscars were real,
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
they would've
hegemonic
considered-
They
bullshit.
would give real movies awards like this one. Doesn't matter who saw it in the theater.
It was
Yeah, no one saw Parasite and it won.
Yeah.
Why can't Jupiter Ascending win?
same
more
rules.
I saw
people-
Parasite. You're right. Well,
But I'm sure
Yeah.
statistically, actually, more people saw Jupiter Ascending.
yes,
in a
they probably
theater
did.
than Parasite.
They probably did. In America, definitely, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because it was awesome.
Anyway,
speaking of awesome, Jupiter Ascending's awesome.
we all have established that it's awesome.
Better than The Matrix. Bob agreed. You just move on from that.
Bob's idea.
That's a fact that can never be refuted now because it's on mic. It's,
I already said
it's
it,
done.
so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Phil, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me. Finally.
I'm gonna simultaneously plug with Phil another show on Thundergrunt,
oh yeah.
which you're on.
It's yeah.
What is it called,
true.
Phil?
Whose role is it anyway?
What is that, Phil?
It is a podcast. It's a performance where we play Dungeons and Dragons, but all of the things that we encounter are generated by the audience. And
so it's Whose Lines Anyway
it's
with
Whose
D&D.
Line? Yeah. We call it kind of improv D&D.
Right. So that's also on this feed.
Yeah.
That just listen to that too, because Sir Phil here and our last guest JD was on it too.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get all you guys on it eventually. So
Oh, that's good.
that's everything.
Cool.
Jupiter Ascending. Watch that shit.
your
Jupiter
life.
moving because it's almost as good as The Matrix. All right, bye.
You've just listened to Bonus Disc, available only on Thundergrunt. Questions, complaints, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts of Bonus Disc are 100% valid, even though they took the time to watch the movies you were too ignorant to appreciate.